Hobbs Lovington, Cool 95.7. Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7 is brought to you by Lasco Construction, the Lee County State Bank, TDS, and the First American Bank of Hobbs. Hobbs Eagle Basketball on 95.7, also brought to you by Forest Tire Company, Hobbs Express, Driftway, and Elite Home Health Care. Now let's take you live to the arena with Ron Gunter and the voice of the Hobbs Eagles, Ty Friend. It's Hobbs Eagle Basketball right here on Cool 95.7 and the Cool 95.7 app.
Welcome, everyone, to Albuquerque. It's time for the APS Metro Tournament live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. And, of course, the Hobbs Eagles in their third and next to last game here at the APS Metro Tourney as they are taking on the Rio Rancho.
Rio Rancho up until last year when they had faced them in this competitive APS tournament and lost to them. They've actually been 11-1 since 2008. They only lost last year to them, so they had a huge streak going of 11 games before losing that one. However, you know, sometimes you do falter a little bit. It was only 86-78. It was a close game, but Hobbs just for whatever reason could not get the finish on it. Maybe this time around they can do it. Hopefully they'll play just like they did against Manzano and be able to play as a team. Although Rio Rancho's got something to say about that.
Well, yeah, they really had it together last night. Your Hobbs Eagles 75-29 over Manzano, causing 19 turnovers. We saw a lot of transition points coming out of that. I think that might have been the formula that the coaching staff was looking for. It's been bread and butter for Hobbs Eagle basketball over the years with the transition coming off the press defense, and now we're going with more of a trap look out there, 1-2-1-1, and kind of mixing it around a little bit to the sides. But still, lots of points and attempts for points coming off that transition game due to the defense. And we saw a lot of guys getting the ball back there, going after balls, diving and stuff like that, not just standing flat-footed. So that's what got things pumped up. Hobbs had 10 scores last night in that ball game, and again, winning by a major mercy rule victory there, 46-point victory. Lots of guys getting point production. Of course, Braylon Vega, the sophomore, 18 points, 4 3-pointers. Him with 14. He had a couple of trays and was perfect on the line, 2 for 2. A couple other guys scoring in double figures. Jairus Turbiatis, 12 points and 6 rebounds. And a big game for Parker Henderson, 11 points and 11 rebounds. So a double-double for him. Starting to get a little bit more aggressive inside the paint and get a little bit more of a touch action there. Did get a chance to shoot some free throws too. But again, I think the big key in that game last night was the defensive prowess and getting some transition points out of it. Hobbs also out-rebounded Manzano 34-22, so people crashing the glass.
Yeah, and it also helped that they had a 10-0 run to start off the game, as well as, you know, it seemed like several of their shots were making it. It seemed like they got about 8 of the first 10 shots that sank in. They were struggling a little bit on the line, but they really didn't have to worry about that too much. They weren't on the charity stripe throughout the whole game for most of it. But and yeah, they did very well in the first. Of course, getting a 28-point margin is over 7 for Manzano. And then the second kind of struggled a little bit, went down in production, but still kind of maintained their pace. Allowed Manzano to get 14 points, but ourselves, we scored 12. And then we hit the third and fourth quarters and did a whole lot better. So we had a little dip in the second quarter, but that is something to be expected. You know, before we've been having dips in the second and the fourth quarter. And we're hoping that today Hobbs can be able to fill those gaps and be able to get all 4 quarters with a good run and finish strong.
And this is the third day of the tournament, so Hobbs has had a couple of games under their belt so far. The leading scorer on average right now is Abraham Pena, 20.5 points a game in the 2 that he's played, also 2.5 rebounds. So he's definitely doing a great job of getting the point production as usual. Of course, he had 27 against Highland, the number 1 4A team, and then 14 last night against Manzano. Behind him is Vega, the same 2-1-2 spots in the scoring. He had 18 last night, as we mentioned, has an 11-point average right now in 2 games and 3.5 rebounds. Jairus Turbiatis averaging 8.5 points a game with the 12 last night, 6 rebounds a contest. And the guy that's getting some starting time the last couple of games, Josiah Clay, he's got 6.5 points a game, had 9 against Highland. And a guy that really stepped up last night, of course, Parker Henderson. He has not a lot of point production at this point, but he did have 11 last night, but is averaging 7.5 rebounds a game. You can expect that with a big man, but tonight he is towering over everybody. Their biggest guy on the court for this team they're playing tonight, Rio Rancho, Noah Montoya, he is 6'6", and, of course, Henderson is 6'11", so at least 5 inches there. So that's going to be a good sight there for the paint, hopefully, to get him some good touches inside for some scoring. You mentioned last year, Eagles lost to Rio Rancho at this tournament, 86-78. Hobbs was up at the half by 3, 48-45, but really a big difference was the fourth quarter where Rio Rancho outscored the Eagles 22-13, so kind of turned back the favor there and ended up winning that game over the Eagles. Lots of players returning from last year's team, especially for Hobbs. Abraham Payne was actually the second leading scorer for the Eagles in that contest. He had 16 points. And also we had Vega finishing up with 12 points in the game. Those two combined for 4 3-pointers in the contest. Michael Mackey actually was the biggest scorer, though, 33. Right. Of course, he's graduated now. Hobbs did have an issue with turnovers, though. They had 21 in that game, which probably was their unraveling. 13 for Rio Rancho. They got a couple of kids back, though. Marfil, his last name, 10 points and 5 rebounds in that contest. Johnson, though, is the big returning guy. He had 24 in that game last year, Jaden Johnson, and 11 rebounds. So a double-double for him. He's definitely something the Eagles have to be watching out for, as he's one of their top scorers on the season. So Johnson averaging 13.5 points this season. Definitely is a go-to guy. He's a senior who's got some time on the court for the Rams. Jerry Archuleta, who is not starting tonight, but he will be coming off the bench pretty quickly. He's up close to 10 points a ball game on the average. Kevin Archuleta, his brother, is a starter, a junior, so the younger kid moving up in the starting lineup over his brother, close to 8 points a game. Josiah Marfil, we just mentioned him with some point production last year against the Eagles. He has 6.8 points a game this year. And Caden Decker, a sophomore, 4.8. So those are some of the top scorers. Their leading rebounder for the Rio Rancho Rams is Johnson, as well as the top scorer. He's averaging 6.1 rebounds a game. Also leads in steals, close to 3 takeaways per game this season. Their leading assist man, Josiah Marfil, 2.5 assists a contest. Rio Rancho averages 10.8 steals a game, but giving up the ball 16.5 times on the turnover, so a little bit lopsided there. They're shooting 42% from the field, 25% from three-point range, and 60% from the free throw line. They had a game recently that they played against Capitol High School in Santa Fe. They went 1 of 14 from three-point range and had a dismal 3 of 14 against Carlsbad in one of their 2 games. They beat the Cavemen this year, winning both games that they played, and one was on the road. But so some of their three-point shooting games have not been very good, and maybe Hobbs can try to force them into that mess again. And that might be their down ravel there.
Well, if they've watched the tapes, then they probably will see the fact that you're right about the fact that they are not shooting well on the perimeter. Go ahead and close out the paint. Let them have the perimeter shots. Of course, make sure that you box them out so that you get those rebounds and get them back on the other side of the court. Otherwise, Hobbs is going to be looking to try to get them, of course, in the back court before they get to the front court, before they can even try to think about getting a shot off. And see if they can get some disruption on the offense so the defense can go ahead and get strong and work on their own offense.
Numbers have been looking pretty good for the Eagles in the 2 games here at the APS tournament. They've outscored their opponents 63.5 to 46 per game, so about an 18 or 15 or so differential there. Hobbs with only 12.5 turnovers a game compared to 17 for their 2 opponents. That includes Highland, too, had more turnovers than the Eagles in that first game. Hobbs has shot 60% from the field in this tournament so far. In terms of opposition, they were 78%, so they get a lot more points from the free throw line. Hobbs fouling a little bit more than their opponents up through these 2 games, so 18% difference there in favor of the opponent. That's really the only stat that's an advantage for the 2 squads that have played them so far. Rebounds, the Eagles have out-rebounded their opponents on the average 30 versus 23 per game in the 2 that they've played so far. And in three-point opportunities, Hobbs is averaging 6.5 three-pointers a game, and their opponent at 7.5. So that's another stat. The three-point shot and the free throws are where the opponents are leading at this point. But Hobbs definitely is happy with that win last night, even up the record at 1-1. But they want to punch their ticket to that consolation championship with this win over Rio Rancho.
Yeah, that Wednesday night victory was sweet. I think Henderson is going to find a little bit more rhythm into his shots, as well as be able to get underneath the basket and get those rebounds a little bit easier. Like you said, he's got a definite height advantage over everybody. He should be able to pick those things off with ease. But the thing is sometimes he doesn't always get positioned under the basket. Sometimes he's around the perimeter, and he is a good blocker for those. But still, I think he'd be better off if he'd be under the basket. That way, if they do miss it, then he can get those quick rebounds and get it back up the court quickly for a fast break point for the Hobbs Eagles.
Both teams do have a couple of underclassmen starting in this game. For the Rio Rancho Rams, who come in at 7-6 on the season under head coach Wally Salata. Kevin Archuleta is a junior. Wyatt Rodriguez, a sophomore. Jaden Johnson, he's the leading scorer, but is a senior, so he has the most experience out there. Caden Decker, a sophomore. And Noah Montoya, that center we talked about, who's 5 inches shorter than Henderson, he is a senior. So they do have a couple of seniors in the starting lineup, but also a couple of sophomores. So kind of a mix of chemistry there for Rio Rancho. And probably the reason why they're just one game over 500. They're trying to get that combination that they're willing to go with. Of course, the Hobbs Eagles have 3 sophomores starting at this point. Braylon Vega, who had the big lights-out shooting Wednesday night with the win over Monsanto. Abraham Pena, the junior. Also, Josiah Clay, the sophomore, who we've seen come into the starting line the last 3 or 4 games. Jairus Turbiakis, a junior, and Parker Henderson, the junior as well. So, 3 sophomores for the Eagles and 3 juniors. No seniors in the starting lineup, of course, for Hobbs at this point. And we should mention, too, Josiah Clay has been getting those starting nods here in the last couple of games. We do know that he has been averaging about 6.5 points a contest. Very quick kid out there. He's definitely somebody that's going to be moving up the ranks here in the next couple of years as a Hobbs Eagle. But we want to see that consistency that we saw on Wednesday. The defense leading to the offense and that's pretty much been the formula for Hobbs Eagle basketball throughout the years.
And the coaches were always talking about the fact that they didn't want to have the same problem they had last year. I mean, it wasn't a problem really if you have Mackey in there leading the scores, but everybody else was trailing so far behind that they didn't even make much of a disturbance as far as the score. That's the reason why we had a below 500 at home. What we needed was more than one score to be out there, as well as a couple of great defensive players. We need a roundabout team. We don't need one just great superstar like we saw the other night against the Highland Hornets. So, yeah, if you have a couple of great players you can rely on, that means that you don't have to be able to opponent can't block somebody out, slow them down, and then your offense is confused as to what to do.
On Wednesday night, and of course, we are actually playing at Del Norte High School tonight, although Del Norte is not in attendance. They got a game elsewhere, but there is a big game coming up after this. Hope Christian is going to be taking on Santa Fe High, and of course, Hope Christian is ranked 5th in the 4A, and of course, Santa Fe High 5th in the 5A, and the winner of that game will play the winner of this game between Hobbs and Rio Rancho. The loser will take on the loser of that game as well.
Exactly. We're hoping to, we're thinking it'd be Santa Fe will just come up over Hope Christian. You never know, though. That's why they play the games.
Well, a couple minutes away from the start tip-off here as we get ready for the round 3 game in Albuquerque, the APS Metro Tournament. We'll get you back here in 2 minutes as you're listening to Hobbs Eagle Basketball on the radio at Cool 95.7, on the internet at HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LTSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit online lcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Back live here in the Duke City, Albuquerque, New Mexico. The APS Metro Tournament Day 3, or Night 3, we should say, as the Hobbs Eagles take on the Rio Rancho Rams. Ty, Fred, Ron Gunner here, and Evie Stuber back at the station. They do have a little bit of a delay going on. Looks like the official scoreboard is not working. They turned it off and on a few times and kept blinking out. So it looks like they're bringing a portable scoreboard to fit up on the scores table. That'll make it a little bit more fun for us having to watch across court on that. But looks like the teams are still out warming up because of the scoreboard situation. They got a bunch of staff at the table right now, so we're not ready for tip-off quite yet. We should mention, too, the Hobbs Lady Eagles in action tonight across town. Again, they've got a semifinal game against La Cueva. That is on the winner's side of the bracket, so the winner of that game will play in the actual championship of the tournament. Hobbs is trying to get in the consolation championship on the boys' side. And Hobbs Lady Eagles pretty much rolling the first two games of this tournament, Ron.
They are, and, it's good to see that this team, just like last season when they came up here, they were looking a little shaky at first, but they got strong, ended up with a 2-2 record as far as wins and losses. They were very happy with the presence here. The coach staff and the boys all wanted to come back next season and do it all again, and hopefully they'll have that same kind of attitude after this one as well. I have a feeling they're going to go 3-1, but they can easily go 2-2. Either way, I think they're going to be very happy with their presence. I think they've grown as a team, and in fact, last night they went out to they had a little fun, so to speak. If you think an escape room is fun, apparently they had 3 different teams. One of them actually got through, and that was a bonding for the team as far as getting teamwork, getting togetherness, and we're hoping that will be a part of their growing process and help them win this game today.
Of course, last year the Hobbs Lady Eagles winning the APS Metro Tournament Championship at Albuquerque High School, and hopefully they'll get back there tomorrow. That game's around 6 o'clock if it is the championship game. Looks like the girls might play at 2 if that is a loss tonight, which I don't think is going to happen. But, again, we've got to play a basketball game first. The boys have a couple of options here. If they win tonight, they will play a little bit later game at 11:30. That is tomorrow morning, and if they lose this game against Rio Rancho, it'll be a 10 o'clock start, about 9:45 at the pregame show. So give you a little bit more time in the bed there at the motel if they get the win tonight and take on either Hope Christian or Santa Fe High. Right now, Rio Rancho, though, is ranked 15th in the Max Preps poll with their 7-6 record. Their strength of schedule is only 9.5, which is a lot lower than the Hobbs Eagles. Hobbs about 3 spots down from them at 18th. They've got the 5-9 record after the win against Monzano the other night. But Hobbs with a 14.2 strength of schedule, so about a 5-point differential there. And Hobbs is the second highest on the Max Preps poll. La Cueva has a 15, so they've dropped from first to second in the strength of schedule. But, when it comes down to it, teams want to get the W's, and that's more important than the strength of schedules at the end of the season. So, like you said, if Hobbs can pick up another win or maybe 2 wins here in the next 2 nights, definitely want to go out with above 500 if they can. Pretty tough tournament, though. 16 teams, kind of looking like the state tournament that we see in March. But, you get a chance to see different squads that you might not see. Rio Rancho seems to come up on our radar every year, coming up to APS Metro. Of course, we faced them in the Artesia tournament in years past. And, of course, they went back and did play the Artesia tournament. Rio Rancho did and won that against Carlsbad, one of their 2 wins against the Cavemen from our district. So they've had a taste of some of the southeastern teams that we faced down below. And, of course, we did mention, too, yesterday and the day before that, the Clovis Wildcats are a team to be reckoned with this year. Their program's been kind of down in football and basketball the last few years, but it seems like they're picking up, and they've been in the top 10 the last couple of weeks in terms of ranking.
Yeah, and they went up a little bit, too, so they are a little bit scary to look at, and they're not here either. We were talking about the fact that this Cleveland team, or this Clovis, they're ranked at 9th. They went up, actually, a little bit from 8th. Sandia switched with them, and Clovis, that'd be great if they were here. I'm sure they'd do just as well, but we got lucky enough last year to be able to get invited into this simply because some of the teams that were involved didn't want to be. They just felt that they could not compete in it, and it kind of dragged down their schedule, plus the fact of 4 games in a week. That seemed to kind of be too much for them. So They wanted somebody else. We got Hobbs and Santa Fe, two of them. Maybe next year, in a couple of years, we may get see some Las Cruces teams in here, and then you'll really see some lights-out basketball in this tournament.
Yeah, the only two teams that they added new last year was Hobbs and Gallup was involved in the mix as well. So, again, the APS has not really said how they're going to possibly introduce other teams. That really hasn't really been announced officially, but we'll have to wait and see. I'd like to thank our sponsors of Hobbs Eagle Basketball here at the tournament and throughout the season. First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, TDS, Thriftway Grocery, and NMR Pipeline. Once again, we are on a delay due to a scoreboard malfunction. They are trying to get a portable one set up at the scores table right now. Let's take another 2-minute break as we get you back with more Hobbs basketball at the APS tournament in Albuquerque. Stay with us.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family pack choice boneless beef chuck roast, $4.99 a pound. Portobello pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
We're back live here in Albuquerque as we still await the start of the Hobbs Eagles Real Rancho matchup. Third round of the APS Metro tournament. Have a scoreboard malfunction right now. A bunch of cell phones out at the scores tables. They're trying to get a hold of somebody. technician of some sort. They did bring down a portable scoreboard for a second there. I'm not sure what's happened to that. They put it up on the table. So maybe that's not working as well. I'm sure both coaches just want to get the game started, not worry about how big the scoreboard is. But maybe if both aren't working, that's going to be an issue. So still waiting to see what's going to happen. Both teams are out warming up. And you were mentioning earlier, this has been almost an hour now. The Eagles have been out here because they came in early, of course, before the game started. There's been no games prior to this one, so teams can come in as early as they want to do some warm-ups.
Yeah, as far as we knew, they were here only for an hour. We got here at that time, and they had already started warming up a little bit. So we're not sure how long they've been wearing out. Fortunately, though, they're young enough they can take this. They're not completely burned out or worn down from that extra long practice route. So, yeah, we've got that to look forward to. Also, for those that are going to be watching the other games for the girls, they're going to be dynamite. I mean, we're talking about Sandia versus Volcano Vista later on in this evening. Right now, it's going to be Hobbs versus La Cueva. Right now, Hobbs has got the lead 9-6. It is a slim lead. So it looks like it's going to be one of those touch-and-go games for both sides. Could be one of those where I know Hobbs wants to run and gun it, and La Cueva looks like they're going to want to slow down. So it depends on which battle wins on the who paces out that game, whether it be La Cueva or it be the Lady Bears or the Lady Eagles.
I want to send it back to the station here. Don't know how long this is going to take. Nobody looks like they're very urgent to get this thing started. All the coaching staffs are around the table right now, probably just putting in their vote for if we're just going to go with the small scoreboard or not. But it doesn't look like that thing's working either. And we're on a scoreboard delay here in the APS Metro game. Hobbs Eagles and the Rio Rancho Rams. We'll take another 2-minute break and come back on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family Pack Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. Porterloin Pork Chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow Peaches or Nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster Cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red Potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass Avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda 400 East Marlin and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We're both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Gow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Back here in the Duke City APS Metro Tournament, Hobbs Eagles taking on the Rio Rancho Rams, game number 3. I mentioned earlier we did have a scoreboard malfunction. It looks like teams are starting to exit the court now. The referees have taken off their jackets, so that's a good sign. And it looks like it will be a portable scoreboard at the table here for this one, so we'll have to stretch our eyes just a little bit more than normal. Hobbs comes in with a 5-9 record, and Rio Rancho just one game above 500 at 7-6. Of course, they've had a couple of games so far, losing to Sandia by 10, but coming back and beating Del Norte on Wednesday night by 21 to get to this game. And the Hobbs Eagles, of course, losing to Highland, but defeating Monsanto on Wednesday night. So both teams 1-1 and looking to go to the Consolation Championship. If they win this one tonight, both teams will have a game tomorrow, whether it be 10 o'clock or 11:30, and they want to be in the 11:30 game for that Consolation Championship. Hobbs Lady Eagles also playing tonight, currently leading in their semifinal game. They're on the winner's side of the bracket, so if they win that one, they will be in the championship side tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So we do got the miniature scoreboard on the table ready to go, and we're ready for some action here. Mention once again, it's Vega, Pena, Clay, Turbiatis, and Henderson starting for the Eagles. And for Rio Rancho, Archuleta, Rodriguez, Johnson, Decker, and Montoya. As Henderson will be up at the center circle, he is 6'11", and he'll be jumping up against Montoya, Noah Montoya for Rio Rancho at 6'6", 5 inches between those two at this point. Advantage for the Eagles. Hobbs wearing their white uniforms, black numbers, and gold trim, but Rio Rancho gets the tip on it. A missed swat there by Henderson, and the blue and white squad going to get the ball first for Rio Rancho. Ball comes into the front court to Rodriguez, the sophomore, takes a few dribbles up top against Clay, and unloads to Archuleta at the timeline. Bounce pass to the left wing to Johnson. He's the leading scorer. Dumps it down low to the left block to Montoya. Return to the right side to Archuleta. Jab step against Clay. He'll just hold himself out there on the right wing. Drives the right block. Double T. Throws up a shot. Comes up short on the right rim and goes out of bounds. Looks like Henderson might get a lost touch on that one. Ball rolls out of bounds, but kind of a hesitation shot there as the two defenders jumped up for the Eagles on that right block and made a poor shot in the selection there for Rio Rancho.
It looked like he could not pass the ball, so he might as well have shot it. He was trying to get a foul. Did not happen.
Archuleta gets in the paint to the big man. Johnson dumps out to the right wing. Archuleta for 3, an air ball off the left side, and chased out in the left wing, though, by Rodriguez for the rebound. Drives left base, kicks it back to Johnson. 10-footer in the paint off the back of the rim. Ball loose underneath, getting the rebound, but trying to save it as Montoya for the turnover. Right over to Clay in the middle of the paint. He's going to go the other direction. Spins on the right wing, front court, cross court left to Vega. Thought about a trade, decided against it. Returns it to the right side, ahead of Pena, though, right to the Rio Rancho bench. Out of bounds. Both teams now with 1 turnover apiece.
Just a miscommunication on that one. He was going to the right, it was thrown to the left, and unfortunately, the ball did not connect with the player and went out of bounds instead.
Eagles going to match up man-to-man on the pressure defense now as Pena will step up on Johnson. Again, Johnson leading the team at 13.5 points a ball game. Pena at 17.5. Johnson beats Pena to the free throw line, continues down the lane, hippity hop, underhands it out to Decker for 3 on the right side. Bouncing off the rim, no good. Pena with the rebound for the Eagles. He'll bring the dribble up the near left sideline now in the front court. Scoreless here in the first quarter. I kept looking up at the wall. I got to remember to look at the scores table for the scoring and the clock. Pass to Clay on the left wing. His 3 off the back of the rim. Pulled down by Turbiatis on the left block, trying to pivot out of pressure. He gets triple teamed, falls to the floor on his butt, and gets tied up for the jump ball. Luckily, Hobbs Eagle possession.
Yeah, he was definitely having a fight for that one on the floor, like you mentioned. Could not get a grasp of it when he did. Of course, there was 2 other Rams on top of him.
Eagle basketball on the left baseline, inbounding Vega back deep to Pena. He'll shot 3 on the left side and puts it through the hole. Big-time 3-point shot for Pena. First points of the ball game for either team. Up 3-0 Eagles. 6:20 left first quarter. Long pass down to the other end. It's Decker waiting for it. A fadeaway from the right baseline. Got bodied up by Henderson. Kind of got forced up in the air. And is thumping his chest telling Coach, my bad. But the foul going to be against Henderson. His first team foul, which will put Johnson, their leading scorer, on the line to shoot. Actually, that was Decker, the sophomore. He's got some size on him at 6'3". Decker came into this contest shooting 64% from the charity stripe. The team itself, though, currently sitting at 62%. First free throw up and good.
Looked like that was a clean block for Henderson, but unfortunately he did do a follow-through, came down and hit the player, and so unfortunately that was a foul against him.
First foul against the Eagles. Second free throw good for Decker. Got them both. It's now 3-2. Inbound comes to Clay on the far right sideline backcourt. Returns to Vega. Back over to Clay at the half-court stripe. Gets it across to Pena. Payne in the middle of the Del Norte Knights logo as he drives right side of the three-point arc. One hand's up top to Clay. Clay will hold it on his hip right for just a second. Nobody's getting open. Finally finds Vega on the right wing. Thought about a three, but decided to return it back to Clay at the timeline. Over to the left side of Pena, still outside the circle. Dribbles through his legs to the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper with his foot kicked up in the air and throws it through the hole. Pena's on fire. He's got 2 buckets early. 5-2 your score. 5:43 left here in the first. Cross-court pass to the near sideline. Comes across the front court to Johnson. Back to the right corner. Actually, that was Decker. Throws it back to Johnson at the timeline front court. Pena right on top of his shorts now on defense. Dribbling through his legs, kind of challenging him a little bit as Johnson now. Unloads the pass to the right wing to Rodriguez with a lefty dribble. Comes up top, stops, puts on the brakes. Wraparound pass to the top of the arc to Montoya, the big post player. Kicks it out left wing to Johnson. Very deliberate offense for the Rams. Cross court right to Decker. He'll spot up a three off the back of the rim. We told you they weren't a very good three-point shooting team. Trying to rebound is Vega on the left baseline. He gets bodied up. Ball comes out of his hands, and luckily they say it's off Rio Rancho. And Vega was asking for a foul that time as he's being hipped all over the place by Wyatt Rodriguez. So Vega will get the rebound, and luckily not a turnover on that one.
And Rodriguez was trying to be innocent, saying, hey, all I've got my hands is, that's all I'm doing is having my hands up.
Vega with the basketball in the backcourt. Man-to-man pressure defense for Rio Rancho. To Clay on the far right sideline, still trying to get it across. Throws a deep one over to Vega at the free throw line. Backdoor alley-oop, missing the tip is no good, but going back up a second time, Parker Henderson puts it down for 2. So a rebound and a bucket for Henderson, and the Eagles have their biggest lead of 5. It's 7-2 here in the first. Breaking the pressure is Decker. Goes it back door. Shot taken on the right baseline by Archuleta, but swatted away by Parker Henderson. You can't wait that long to shoot against a 6'11" post play. The Rams are finding out.
I know, and Parker is getting down the court faster than he was earlier in this season. So that does help getting those blocks, and he was definitely ready for that block in the right position too.
Josiah Marfield checks in for the Rams. He'll inbound from the right baseline. Bounces it into Montoya right corner. Keeps it right side to Johnson. Sends it down to the right corner again to Marfield. Back deep to top of the arc to Decker. Over to left wing to Johnson, the top scorer. Has yet to put any points down yet. One hands it up top of the arc to Marfield at the timeline. Now as he backs out, Vega's right on top of him. Marfield going to kind of backpedal on the dribble. Unloads to the left wing to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Payne in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench left side. He'll back it out to the scores table. Gets a screen at the half-court line by Montoya. Stop and go down the lane. Kicks it to the right corner. Archuleta with the basketball. Returns to Johnson on the right wing. Sends it to the middle of the paint to Montoya. Dumps the left baseline to Decker. Pivots. Lost the ball in the paint. Loose and taken away by Vega. Turnover number 2. Sends it ahead to a breaking Pena. Double clutch as he put on the brakes. Coming over his back was Johnson. No foul call, but Pena puts it through. He's got 7 of the 9 Eagle points. They're up 9-2 here in the first quarter. Timeout Rio Rancho with 3:54 remaining. We'll take a 30-second break on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Back live here in Albuquerque after a Rio Rancho timeout. You can hear Coach Salata yelling at his players, hey, you got to stop that number 22 kid. He's got 7 of the 9 points for the Eagles right now, and exactly right. A tray by Pena, a couple of buckets, and some transition passing for the Eagles.
But that just means that it's going to open up the offense for the Eagles for somebody else.
It looks like Rio Rancho just completely out of gas at this point. Coming into the ball to Johnson near sideline. Gets into the time stripe to Marfield. Bounces it right back to Johnson. Slings it down left corner to Decker. Fires up a 3. This time he gets it to drop. That's his 3rd opportunity for a tray. This one goes through. He's got all 5 of the Rio Rancho points. 9-5 Eagles. So at the other end, Pena on the right elbow. Backdoor cut to Turbiantes. Throws an alley-oop. Comes down and goes back up with it. And puts it over the rim for 2. Turbiantes from the left side. Eagles up 11-5. Up by 6. Their biggest lead. And a deflection on the inbound. A couple of double-team action there as Vega and Turbiantes in the deep right corner of the backcourt as they knock it away from Johnson, but it will be Ram basketball near their bench on that left side backcourt. Deep in the corner, though. Turbiot is trying to block the inbound. A bounce there into Johnson at the baseline. Zings it to the half court to Rodriguez. Backdoor the bouncer to Montoya. Lays up with the double clutch and scores over the right rim. Kind of stayed on the iron for a second or two, but gets it to drop. Now 11-7. Eagles by 4. Pena gets strive for 66%. Nice to see Braddock Beatty back in the lineup now. He went down with a wrist injury in the game yesterday, or make it Wednesday. But it looks like he's back in business here. Second free throw good for Marfil. It's now 11-8. Eagles by 3. Inbound to Pena in the far right sideline. Takes a hard dribble in the middle of the court. Spins. On the front side for the Rio Rancho bench. Goes baseline, double clutch, and gets bodied up. Tries to throw up a shot, which is swatted by Decker. But he got a hip action from behind that time. They'll get that foul against Rio Rancho. It looks like you're going to say he was in the act of shooting, I believe. As they'll charge that one to Jerry Archuleta. That's his first Rams team foul as Pena steps up to the stripe. Pena on the season at 71% or 72% from the charity line. First free throw in and good. So first free throw attempt for the Eagles in this one. Pena leads the squad right now with 8 of the 12 points. More than half of the point production so far. He'll get one more.
Got an update from the Lady Eagles. So far, it's still a close game, 20-16, and that is in the second quarter right now.
Pena puts down both free throws. Going to take a breather now with 9 points of the 13. 2:53 left first quarter. 13-8 Eagles over Rio Rancho. They get the ball up the near sideline as Jerry Archuleta drives hard across, and they're going to say Vega was riding it from behind. They get the foul call against him, calling it close to the officials now. First on Vega, third team foul against the Eagles near half court. Rams basketball near sideline right. Marfil at the timeline. Throws it back deep in the backcourt to Johnson. Beatty away from it at the time stripe as he brings it across off the dribble. Gets a screen up top from Decker. Actually pulls away from it at the last second. Johnson on the near sideline. Stop and go. Spins at the right elbow. Throws over to the left wing to Marfil. He drives the lane with the runner. Shot off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound for the big man for the Eagles who just checked in. That's Malachi David's first board. Outlet to the far side of Nick Pena, who's also in as a sub. Goes back door to the wide open Turbiatis. Shot puts it off the left glass, puts it through for 2. He's got 4 points. Nice pass from Pena. Eagles up by 7, 15-8, their biggest lead. At the other end, pass to the right wing to Johnson. He goes to the rack hard. Actually, that was Decker kind of falling towards the rim. Threw it off the glass at the last second and puts it through. He's got 7. And we got a baseline call here by the official. The Eagles tried to get it in. They're going to call the travels. Pena tried to get it into Vega. It looked like a little bit of an exchange with the basketball, but stumbling feet, so Hobbs gets their third turnover. Don't want to start to unravel now with a 5-point lead, Ron.
Well, it's hard to do anything when you got 2 guys just all over you trying to get the ball out. Actually, in that point, just trying to get the ball in his hands.
Inbound to the right corner, front court for Archuleta. Sends it back same side right to Wood. Stop and go to the left elbow. Gets stripped from behind by Pena. Taken away by Turbiatis. Turnover number 3 for the Rams. Turbiatis goes 2 on 3 in the rack. Fakes a pass to the right side to Pena and goes home with it. Double hand clutch over the left glass and scores. Turbiatis 6 points here in the first quarter. Eagles back up by 7. And we got a whistle on the inbound. I think there's a violation, or are they going to call that?
No, it's a kickball.
Yeah, kickball violation on the Eagles, trying to play some D on the full court pressure. Hobbs going more with the man-to-man pressure here in this game as the inbound comes to the far left sideline to Janaga. Sends it down right base, shot on the way off the back of the rim for Wood. Chased down in the left corner, though, for the Rams by Archuleta getting the board. Zings it down the middle of the lane to Parisian. He tries to go up strong with it, and a body foul on Turbiatis. He shows the ref, hey, my hands were straight up. Maybe that hip working a little bit too much. That's a second on Jay Iris. 14 foul, and they're going to call that a shooting foul, which will put on the line Sean Parisian. As Parisian comes to the line, he is shooting 50% this season from the charity stripe.
Yeah, neither team in bonus, but they're both or have had chances on the charity stripe. That one went in.
Yep, Rams are now 5 of 6 from the line. One more for Parisian. His first point of the ball game. They've had 4 scores so far for Rio Rancho, and the Eagles have had 3. Second shot is off the back of the rim, hard, no good. Pulled down at the free throw line by Beatty. That's his first rebound. He tries to dribble across the left side of the line there and gets the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Good D by Jerry Archuleta. On the court for the Eagles now as well. Lyric Soria getting some early action here in the first quarter. Pena remains in as well. Javen Hernandez on the court as well. And, of course, we also mentioned Malachi David earlier. Pena comes across the timeline after the inbound and loads the Soria on the left wing. Stop and go to the left baseline, spins out of it. One hands it back to the left wing to Pena. Pena going to hold for a second to the free throw line, a 2-3 zone. Kick out right to Beatty. Back to Sori on the left wing. Up top of the arc. He's going to fire for 3 off the double. Unfortunately, an air ball just barely missed in front of the rim that time and went under the net. Out of bounds. No chance for any rebounds on that one. So I'm sure you'd like to have that yo-yo back.
Exactly. Just put a little more mustard on that one, definitely.
Ball comes up the far left sideline to Jenga. Still in the backcourt, though. Dribbles from left to right. Knocks over Hernandez, but they're going to say Hernandez was in his way, not in a deep into the position near the timeline to the near sideline. So they'll call that Hernandez, and that will be the 5th foul on the Eagles. Double bonus now for Rio Rancho. I don't see a lot of energy for the Rams at this point. It seems like they're just happy with the free throws.
I know. Plus, they're really just happy with the perimeter. They're passing a whole lot around the perimeter, not doing a lot inside the paint, trying to get those three-point shot attempts.
First shot for Jenga is good. So there's already been 4 guys on the line for Rio Rancho. Jenga came in with a 38% free throw average. Not very good on the season at this point. But he got the first one there. Second shot is up and bouncing around the rim and no good. Pulled down by Malachi David underneath the hoop. His second rebound. Gives it off to Pena. Pena with the crossover move to the timeline behind his back. And they're calling a lot of hand check fouls. And they get another one on the Rams here. Sean Parisian gets his second team foul. And being kind of consistent going both ways. Little hand check. They're not going to give you a warning, the refs.
Exactly, and that's good. As long as they do it both sides, we're good with that.
Beatty will come across the timeline to the left wing. Sends it down to Storia left corner. Posting up David on the left block. Double team against him. Triple team. Strip the ball. And it's taken away for the Rams. The Eagles 4 turnover as a steal by Kevin Archuleta. Archuleta underhanded to the right wing to Jenga for 3 off the back of the rim. David's trying to battle the rebound, but pulled down by Wood for the Rams to the left block. Backs up to baseline, shoots a 15-footer off the side of the rim, no good. And a scramble underneath the hoop. David will come up with it for the Eagles, his 3rd board. Outlet to the near sideline left. Coming across the timeline on the dribbles, Pena. Unloads to Beatty in the left wing. Up top to Story with the jab step. Crossover to his left hand. Unloads to Pena on the left wing. Pena backs out against an extended zone here. Spins to the left side and stops. Throws it down the lane to David. Goes through 2 defenders and loops through it. Throws up a lefty shot. No good up the back of the rim. A half-court shot the buzzer after the rebound for Jenga. And that will be no good. Actually, I think the scoreboard went off at the scores tab. You can barely hear it here in the court. And that's what the Hobbs Eagle coaching staff says, hey, we can't even hear the siren or the buzzer here. It's hard to make a defensive stop when you don't know how much time's on the clock. True. So that will run out the first quarter, though. Your Hobbs Eagles up by 5 over Rio Rancho, 17-12. Third round of the APS Metro Tournament continues in 30 seconds.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit online lcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Your Hobbs Eagles lead 17-12 over Rio Rancho as we head to the second quarter of this third round game for the APS Metro Tournament. Ty Fred, Ron Gunner, Evie Stuber with you tonight. Scoring so far in the first quarter, Caden Decker, the sophomore, leads with 7 for Rio Rancho, 2 for 2 on the line, also a 3-point shot. He's one of their post players as well. Lots of free throw opportunities. In fact, 4 different guys have shot free throws so far. They've had a total of 8 attempts and have had a total of 5 makes on those free throws. So not a lot of scoring, though. Montoya with 2 points. Barfield, Jenga, and Parisian all with 1 apiece. Your Hobbs Eagles led with Abraham Pena's 9 points, a tray and 2 free throws. Jairus Turbiatas has 6 on 3 buckets, and Parker Henderson with the bucket for 2. So 3 scores for the Eagles. Shot from the left elbow to start the second quarter, well off the mark, an air ball for Archuleta, and it was pulled down by Turbiatas' second board. Throws it across the timeline to Pena, top of the circle. Eagles are up 5 at the end of the first. Flicks it back to Turbiatas on the near left sideline. Hands off to Pena, left wing, spin. He's double teamed down the near left side. Throws it down to Vega, left corner for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Pulled down in the left block for the Rams by Montoya, his second rebound. Sends it ahead to Rodriguez, right elbow, fadeaway Jay, and puts it through the hole. Rodriguez with his first bucket, another sophomore for the Rams. It's now 17-14. Into the front court to the right corner is Clay. Sends it back to the timeline, but right to the hands of Johnson for the Eagles' 5th turnover. Johnson on the left wing, front court in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. His team trailing by 3. He'll slow it down, which we saw a lot of perimeter passing going in the first quarter. Top of the circle. He'll back it out to the timeline as Henderson will just wait at the free throw line for him. No look pass in the middle of the paint to Montoya. Fadeaway hook shot from the right. They're going to call the travel and said he shuffle step. I think he stepped on a Hobbs Eagle defender's foot that time, as right in his shorts was Vega. You could see him kind of limping after the travel call.
Well, he also lost the ball a little bit, had to readjust, and of course, as he was doing so, he swiveled around to try to make that shot and called for the travel.
Vega will connect with Payne at the timeline to break the press. Comes down the lane, high arching layup, throws it up over the front of his head. Lost his balance in the air. He got lucky it wasn't a charge because he really flattened Montoya. I guess I'm going to say Montoya kind of shifted his hips just a little bit. Payne was out of control and then just fell backwards like he was high jumping and just threw the ball up over his head and turns around to Coach Ross on the sideline and says, "My bad." So he knew that wasn't the best shot selection, but he got free throws out of it regardless.
Exactly. So he did win on that one. Yeah. However, he was a little out of control. Just got lucky that the players' feet were not set for the referee's liking.
Pena 2 for 2 and misses the free throw there. I'm sure right now it's Montoya saying ball don't lie after the missed free throw, and I think Payne is kind of lucky to be on the line on this series here. Second shot is up, and it is in and out. No good. Missed both of them. I guess I should shut my mouth here. Caden Decker with the rebound for the Rams, and outlets to the far left sideline. Back to Decker as he threw it to Johnson. Decker dumps it down to Montoya, left block, and taken out of his hands is Parker Henderson. Turnover number 5 for the Rams. Both teams with 5 turnovers. Eagles up 17-14 here in the second. Backing up is Vega now in the front court. Throws a high one to Turbiatis, top of the circle, and over his back was Decker, picking up his first personal, already the second Ram team foul. So they're starting to mount those fouls, and we saw the tight call by the official on quite a few perimeter passes in the first half with those hand checks. First quarter, I should say.
Yeah, we saw the Rams were in bonus the first. Maybe that'll happen for the Hobbs Eagles in the second.
Payne gets the inbound at the time stripe. He wants to see some rotation on the offense. Gives the ball over to Vega on the left wing with the jab step now. Tough pressure by Kevin Archuleta. A screen from Turbiatis gives enough time for Vega to shoot from the free throw line. No good. Turbiatis tries to tip it up middle of the rim. Can't get it to go. Gets it again and tries to go back to the hole with it. And they're going to say he fumbled off his foot, but it might be touched by the Rams as well. So it will be Hobbs basketball on the right baseline underneath their hoop.
It went off Montoya and went out of bounds.
Turbiatis with 3 rebounds so far to lead the Eagles. Vega inbound from the right base. Gets it into Turbiatis' right baseline as well. He backs into his defender to the right block there, going back on Montoya.
And he gets another foul call.
Yeah, Montoya getting a bunch of foul calls. Looked like he was straight up that time. Didn't even hardly move at all. I'm not sure what they saw on that one, but with the 2 fouls on Montoya, he's going to have to take a seat on a substitution. Inbound comes to Henderson. Right block goes up with 2 hands, misses. Ball comes off the rim, pulled down by Vega. Fadeaway jumper from the right block, and he got knocked to the floor, no call. But Vega with his first bucket, a second rebound. And the steal on the inbound, Pena goes hard to the rack on the right side, lays it in for 2. So Pena now with 11 points to lead both teams, and Coach Salata does not like the momentum he's seeing for the Hobbs Eagles. Calls the timeout. 5:50 left, second quarter. Your Eagles back up by 7, 21-14. We're back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
21-14, your Hobbs Eagles lead Rio Rancho here in the second quarter. Third round of the APS Metro Tournament here in the Duke City, a.k.a. Albuquerque. 7-point Eagle lead. Hobbs out rebounding Rio Rancho 11-8. Eagles 2 for 4 from the line. Rio Rancho at 5 of 8. Again, the Eagles with that 7-point lead. Both teams with 5 turnovers. Inbound to the free throw line, backcourt to Johnson. Spins and gives it off to the timeline to Decker. Stripped out of his hands, almost stolen by Pena, but it's going to run out of bounds. Hobbs Eagle coaching staff thought they got the raw deal there. Should have been their ball, but Pena chasing it. They're going to say he touched it last, but very close to being a steal, and the Eagles definitely want to capitalize on some transition points after that.
It would have been if it would have been in the middle of the court, but unfortunately he was near the sideline and it went out of bounds.
Inbounding at the time stripe will be Archuleta to the backcourt to Johnson. He is our leading scorer on the season, averaging 13.5 a game, is yet to score as we approach the middle of the second quarter. Stop and go dribble to the top of the arc first. Johnson zings over to right side to Parisian. Kicks it back to Johnson near the timeline. Stepping out on him is Pena for the D. Gets the screen up top for Decker. Spin move in the lane for Johnson. Dips it over to the left corner to Archuleta. Fires a three high in the air off the back of the rim. No good. Ball gets ricocheted to the near sideline right and goes out of bounds. Clay got a piece of it. He got kind of sandwiched in between Parisian and Decker on the near sideline right, but they're going to say one off him last. So it will be Rams basketball. And they trail by 7 to your Hobbs Eagles. Little delay here to get everybody sorted out as inbounding will be Archuleta near right side. Goes it back to Johnson, who seems to get always the touches on the out-of-bounds plays. Kicks it back to the right wing to Archuleta. Down right corner to Archuleta, Jerry Archuleta. Goes back door and wide open for a lefty layup. Waiting for it was Parisian. His first bucket, he's got 3 points. Starting to see some openings now on the backsides. 5 minutes left, second quarter, Eagles by 5. In the front court, Pena going to go the distance. High-arching layup on the right side. Nobody's putting a stop on him. Another bucket, 13 points for Pena, leading both teams in scoring. 23-16, matching their biggest lead at 7. Weaving through traffic to the timeline is Archuleta. His pass deflected, picked up by Johnson on the left wing. He tries to slam hard down the lane with the pass. Knocked out Parker Henderson's arm in the middle of the paint. Sails out to the Hobbs Eagle bench on the left sideline. And a substitution for the Rams. Johnson, who looks pretty frustrated, is going to leave the game with no points. Checking in for him, Josiah Marfel. I think Coach Asleta knows that Johnson is way too angry right now to play good basketball.
Yeah, plus he slung that. He's always been slinging those. He likes to jump up in the air and try to pass with some difficulty, and that time just went nowhere but out of bounds.
It looks like he's throwing a discus in the track and field. He's kind of sidewinds it, throws it real hard. Ball comes up top to Archuleta. Fadeaway three off the back of the rim. Ripped down on the right block for the Eagles by Turbiatis. He'll take the dribble himself. His 4th rebound now. Into the front court, left corner. Tries to save it as he lost the ball. Picked up by Vega, right corner for 3 off the back of the rim. And pulled down on the right block for the Rams by Marfil. Sends it ahead to a breaking Decker to the rack. He tried to scoop it up on the right side and gets a tomahawk foul from behind trying to block his shot. Doesn't go in, but he'll get a chance for a couple of free throws. They call the foul on Nick Pena from behind.
I thought it was Josiah Clay, but either way, yeah. It turned out to be one of those that it was a one-on-one. He had an open shot. Defender came up on him, trying to get the ball, but instead ended up getting the player got the foul call.
Yeah, they did get that on Clay, so that will put on the line Decker, who's 2 for 2. There's a team, they're 5 of 8, the Rams. Free throw right through the net for Decker. He leads their squad with 8 points. Now Pena returns to the game for Clay. Eagles will stay with Henderson, Turbiatis, Pena. Also Vega still out there, but Pena just checking in. Second shot for Decker. Perfect on the line, 3 for 3. Off the back of the rim hard. Chased down the left block, though, by Kevin Archuleta. Sends it up top. Wide open 3 for Parisian, and he nails it. That is the second tray of the game for the Rams. 6 points for Parisian. It's now 23-20, getting closer, a 3-point ball game. Pena gets a double team in the backcourt, jumps in the air, throws it across to Turbiatis. 15-footer from the left side out of the lane, no good. In the middle is Parker Henderson with a hook shot to return it. Can't get it to drop. Ball loose again.
Turbiatis got the rebound, but didn't keep it.
Yeah, he tried to tip it out to Pena. Pena pulls it down, sends it to Vega right corner. His three's bouncing around the rim and finally drops through for 3. Vega with his 5th point of the game and the second tray for the Eagles in this contest. Now up by 6, 3:30 left in the second quarter. Steal at the half court for Pena as he rips the ball away, runs into the referee and gets knocked out of bounds there. The referee points for the Eagles, luckily in front of the Rio Rancho bench. Coach Salat is saying, hey, if you're in the way, it doesn't matter. It should be our basketball.
Yeah, we've seen that before in professional as well as other sports, and it's unfortunate it happened, but sometimes it's just one of those things that you cannot get out of the way. You never know where the ball's going to be at any given time.
Referee was pinned on that far right sideline, and it looked like he got rammed right in the knee, but they're going to give it back to the Eagles, and now the officials are going to discuss. Coach Solana wants a conversation about this, whether he could get some help from the other ref and call it for Rio Rancho. Referee was definitely in the way. He was like a defender on that sideline, and they're going to give it back to the Eagles, so they're not going to overrule that one. 3:25 remaining here in the second, 26-20 Hobbs. Pena to inbound near the Rio Rancho bench. Throws it deep to Henderson underneath the hoop. Lost eyesight of it and taken away underneath the iron there by Marfil. Eagles 6 turnover. Sends it ahead to the right block to Archuleta. Cross court left corner to Archuleta. The other Jerry Archuleta misses a 3 off the left rim. Henderson gets it on his shoulder but lost the ball out of bounds. So he gets a rebound but then a turnover. That's a 7th turn for the Eagles. The 3rd board for Henderson. Just could not get the grip off the shoulder. It'll be Rio Rancho ball on the left baseline. 6-point Eagle lead, inbound to the left wing to Johnson. He just checked back in. Holds the ball in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench, sends it back to the timeline to Marfil. Kicks it to the left wing. Jerry Archuleta back to the timeline. Marpil near the scores table left. Dribbles the middle of the court, waiting for a screen from Wood. Gets it. Stop and go. Dribble to the right side. Puts it underneath his bicep and tries to drive to the rack on the right of the lane. But putting a body on him was Henderson. They call the foul on the drive. Getting double team is Pena. Throws a desperation pass across the timeline. It's picked off by Wood for the Eagles' 8th turnover. Sends it left wing. 3 on the way for Rodriguez off the left iron. No good. Pena rips it down to the far right side and gets another board for the Eagles. Pena's 3rd rebound. Let's take the dribble up into the front court. Crossover move down the lane. Tries to reverse layup to the right of the rim, but gets hit from behind. Ball went straight up in the air. No chance to go in the hole. But a hatchet job there for Rio Rancho.
He almost took his head off.
As they will call that foul against Marpil, his first, 3rd team foul on the Rams. And now back to the line is Pena. He's 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Got 2 in the first quarter, but missed 2 in the second. Leads the team with 13, though. First free throw up and good. He's got 5 points here in the second quarter.
And charity stripe points, that is the difference in this second quarter so far. That's the reason why Rams have knocked it back down. Now it's up to a 5-point deficit for the Rams.
Eagles have scored 10 in this second quarter, 10 for Rio Rancho. Second free throw kind of dribbling around the rim and good for Pena. He's got 15 to lead both teams. 28-22, Eagles by 6. Quick pass up the far left sideline. Johnson goes back door with a shot down to Archuleta. Misses the shot. Rebound Johnson in the middle of the paint. Sends it back to the right wing. 3 on the way and off the iron for Wood. Wood gets his own rebound on the right block. Goes back up. Lost the ball off the rim. Pulled down on the left elbow by Rodriguez. Sends it back to the left wing. And we got a foul call.
Nope, travel.
Nope, they got to travel first on that one. But the Eagles not doing a good job of defensive board. They're not putting a butt on anybody there.
No, but one time Malachi was able to block a shot. Wasn't able to get the rebound, though.
Eagles are going to break the press on a few passes. Hernandez gets it coming down the right side of the lane. Misses the layup. Johnson gets high in the air to rip it down for the Rams. His second rebound. Into the front court. Throws it up top to Rodriguez. We had crashing bodies on that left wing, and Johnson hit the floor. And the ball sailed out, I guess, on the near sideline. I'm not sure what. I didn't see a foot go down, but that'll be another Rio Rancho turnover. Their 8th of the contest.
Yeah, that was another travel. Rodriguez was set up for a 3, decided against that, went ahead and started going into the paint, and when he did, he traveled.
Hobbs basketball. They get a few passes in the front court. It's Beatty on the left wing. Lost the ball, driving the left lane, and taken away by Wood for the Eagles' 9th turnover. Wood unloads the left wing to Marpil. Craters it under his arm. Kicks it down right corner. 15-footer on the way for Archuleta and swishes it through. Or do they call that a tray? It might have been a tray on that one. Archuleta picks up the bucket regardless.
I think it was a tray.
It's a 28-25 score. The Eagles want a timeout. Get too close for comfort here. Only up by 3. 1:38 left, second quarter. It's Hobbs 28, Rio Rancho 25. We're back in 30 seconds with the APS Metro Tournament in Albuquerque.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Hobbs Eagles took a timeout to discuss this 3-point lead they've got. It's been as big as 7 here in the first half, but up 28-25 over Rio Rancho with 1:38 left in the second. That last shot that we were talking about with Kevin Archuleta on the right baseline was a 3-pointer. They went ahead and counted that. So that makes it that 3-point differential. And Hobbs get kind of sloppy on the passing game at the last couple of times and missed some point-blank shots in the paint, which has kind of hurt him too.
Yeah, it definitely does. And the rebounds that Rams have been getting on their own end of the court has not helped the cause for the Hobbs Eagles either. They've been shooting enough times. They've been getting second, third, and fourth chance opportunities, and they're taking the most out of them and did slowly whittle back so far. But again, most of those are the stripe.
Eagle inbound to the backcourt to Beatty as he'll go one-on-one against Moses Jenga. Stop and go. Spires it down to Vega left corner. Thought about a 3. Decides to return to Beatty at the timeline to set up the offense. 1:25 left in the half, up by 3 the Eagles. Pass over to right wing to Pena, off his leg. It was thrown behind him. Good defense out there on the right wing by Marfell to get it knock off his leg. That'll be another Eagle turnover. They have 10 now. It's been about 3 in a row for Hobbs in the last couple series. 3-point game still. Rio Rancho down 28-25 in the hands of Jenga, the basketball, as he comes across against Beatty on the left sideline. In front of the scores table, he wants it clear out. Coming up to get a screen from his Wood. Uses it to the top of the arc. Stop and go. Kick out to the right wing to Johnson. Underneath the hoop, he throws a hard shot. A no-look pass to Jerry Archuleta, who lays it on the right side. Eagles caught flat-footed on that one. First bucket for Archuleta. 28-27. Pass to Hernandez in the front court. Down low to David, left block. It's held on to as he had a double team on him on the left block. Moses Jenga hanging on for dear life and gets the foul. That'll be the first on Jenga. 14 foul. Eagles one away from the double bonus. Definitely a close ball game now, Ron. A one-pointer, 28-27. Hobbs by 1.
Actually, we're in 5. This should be a free throw attempt.
Yeah, 2 free throw attempts as Rio Rancho was the 15th foul. Again, bear with us here with the scoreboard being a little miniature one on the scorers table there. Is checking up on the line for the Eagles be Malachi David, getting his first chances for scoring. Eagles are 2 for 4 from the charity stripe, or make that 4 for 6, I should say, all coming at the hands of Pena. Unfortunately, David with the brick off the right side on the first one.
So, in bonus with just under a minute to go, but unfortunately unable to capitalize on these so far. David missing the first one. Hopefully he'll adjust and get the second.
Eagles in the first 2 games shooting 60%. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Johnson rips it down for Rio Rancho. That's his 3rd rebound as he throws it across the timeline to Jenga with 45 seconds. Drives to the left lane, kick out left corner to Archuleta for 3. An air ball. Rebound on the right block, going up with 2 hands, missing though everything. Decker, and David with the board for the Eagles, his 4th. Sends it ahead to Vega, left elbow front court, pivots after the dribble. Finds David at the top of the circle, gives it back to Vega at the timeline. Or to near side to Pena to hold the ball with 26 seconds. Coach Ross wants to run some clock here. He's guarded by Johnson. Stays on the left sideline. Takes a lefty dribble and then gets hipped hard. Takes a fall to the floor as Johnson does a nice thing and helps him off the hardwood after knocking him down. As Johnson will pick up the foul, his first. More importantly, a free throw opportunity once again for the Eagles as Pena will step back up as he is 4 for 6 from the charity stripe. Eagles is a team 4 of 8 right now, 50%.
He's the one you want to see on the line shooting for Hobbs.
First one bouncing around the rim and good. He's got 7 points here in the second quarter, 16 overall after getting 9 in the first quarter after a tray and 2 for 2 free throw shooting. Leads both teams in scoring. One more shot for Pena. It's up and it's off the back of the rim hard. Rebound at the free throw line, pulled down by Archuleta with 15 seconds. Bounces it over to Jenga in the backcourt. Got to go one-on-one against Pena now on the front side. Pass to the left wing to Marfell. Dumps it to Johnson left corner. Cross court right to Jenga at the right perimeter. He's going to throw up a 3 on the fadeaway off the back of the rim. No good. That will be the end of the second quarter and the half. And the rebound at the buzzer there by David for his 5th rebound. So here, Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 2-point lead over Rio Rancho, 29-27 at the half. Here in the 3rd round of the APS Metro Tournament in Albuquerque. We'll come back in 3 minutes on your Hobbs Eagle Network.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family Pack Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. Quarter loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We're both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app.
Member FDIC.
Five is lower than their average in the 2 games prior. For 8 of 12 as a team from the charity stripe at 66%. They have hit 3 trays so far and are trailing in the rebounding 18-17 to the Eagles. Their leading boards, Jathan Johnson with 3, 2 apiece for Archuleta's, both Archuleta brothers, and Montoya and Wood. For your Hobbs Eagle, by the way, they've got 8 turnovers in the first half, 2 better than the Eagles. Hobbs led with Abraham Pena, 16 points. He got 9 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. A lot more free throws than points attempts, though, in for Pena. He had a total of 6 free throw attempts in the second quarter and made 3 of those, but finished up overall with a couple more free throws in the first quarter. But does lead with 16 points, has 3 rebounds, does Pena. Jairus Turbiantes with 6 points, all coming in the first quarter with 4 rebounds. It was Braylon Vega with 5 points all in the first quarter. He had a tray and 2 rebounds. And Parker Anderson hit a bucket in the first quarter with 2 points and 3 boards. The Eagles have only had 4 scores in the first half. They are 5 of 10 for the charity stripe, for 50%. Have hit 2 trays, 1 for Vega, 1 for Pena. And have had those 10 turnovers compared to 8 for Rio Rancho. Again, Eagles were up 17-12 in the first by 5, and were outscored 12-15 in the second quarter. We'll take a couple-minute break here and get you ready for second half action. Your Eagles up 29-27 to Rio Rancho at the half. Back in 2.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Threadway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family pack choice boneless beef chuck roast, $4.99 a pound. Portobello pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda 400 East Marlin and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
All right, welcome back as we are live at Del Norte Hobbs Basketball. I'd like to thank our sponsors real quickly. It'd be First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, TDS, Thriftway, and NMR Pipeline. Thank you very much.
Hobbs leading 29-27 here. Getting ready for third quarter action here in the third round of the APS Metro Tournament. How are the Hobbs Lady Eagles doing tonight here, Ron?
Right now they are at a tie ball game. It is 42-42. I believe they're going to be starting the fourth quarter, but it is a lot tighter than most people would have expected. It's going to go down to the wire over there in Highland.
And, of course, there's another big semifinal game going on tonight as well in the girls' action, too. I mean, lots of good teams left in the mix. Volcano Vista, who else we got in that?
It was Volcano Vista and Sandia. So that winner will face the winner of the Hobbs Luquebe team.
Of course, the Eagles tried to beat Rio Rancho here to go to the Consolation Championship, either against Hope Christian or Santa Fe High. Rams basketball to start the third quarter, though, as the blue and white squad with the ball in the front court. Johnson has it across the timeline, guarded by Pena. Bounce pass to the left elbow to Montoya. He pivots, tries to get it back to Johnson on the left wing, stripped away by Pena. That's a ninth Ram turnover. He goes the rack to the rim, double clutch right side, no good, but tipping it up from behind on the right of the rim as well was Parker Henderson. His fourth point and fourth rebound. Eagles by 4, 31-27, full court pressure. And getting through the traffic is Archuleta. Sails it down left wing to Decker, front court. Wide open for a tray off the back of the rim, though. Chased down by Vega on the left wing. He'll take it himself. His third rebound. He goes the rack to the other end. Misses a double clutch left side. And Johnson pulls it down for the Rams. His fourth board. He gets held as he tries to come up the far right sideline in front of the Rams bench in the front court. And they'll call the block foul against Vega. That's his second. First team foul against the Eagles. And still close contest here, Ron. 31-27. One of these teams will be getting a chance to win the Consolation Championship. Hobbs hoping it'll be them at 11:30 tomorrow. Ball comes in to Rodriguez at the timeline in the front court, guarded by Vega. Stop and go, one-hand bounce pass to the left wing to Archuleta. Kevin Archuleta to the left elbow to the free throw middle. Kicks it down right corner to Rodriguez. Drives the lane, throws a high one over to Johnson on the left perimeter. One hands it down the middle of the paint, no-look pass to Montoya, almost took his head off. Unloads back to the right wing to Archuleta. Johnson likes to zing those balls in when teammates aren't looking. Johnson gets the ball back at the timeline. Sends it back with a one-hand shot put to Montoya left elbow. He tries to sell to the paceline to a teammate and taken away by Vega. Another Ram turnover, their 10th. Vega shoots on the right side of the paint and is knocked to the floor backward. As knocking him down was Noah Montoya, the big boy, the 6'6" post player. Ball came off the rim, but Vega will get 2 free throws and try to peel himself off the hardwood after that foul.
Yeah, Vega, I expected to see him also try to become a presence in the second half. He has his first steal. He also tried to get a couple of points off that basket. Did not, but however, he did draw the foul. We need to have more of those as well.
Vega's shooting 75% this season from the charity stripe. First free throw is up and good. Eagles now 6 of 11 from the line. They were 50% at the half. At 6 points for Vega. Of course, he was the big scorer in the game on Wednesday night as the Eagles beat Monzano. Finished up with 18 in that one, combining for 32 with Abraham Pena, who had 14. One more free throw for Vega is up, bouncing around the rim, and good. Got them both. He's got 7 points. 33-27. Eagles back up by 6 now. The inbound to the near sideline to Johnson. Wasn't ready for it. Right off his ankle, out of bounds. Had some pressure behind him from Vega. So Rio Rancho not doing themselves any favors to get back in this game with quite a few. 3 turnovers here in the third quarter alone. They've got 11 total.
Yeah, the zinger was not ready for that one. It was a soft one too. Went right to him, but unfortunately for him, it went out of bounds because he was standing right next to the out of bounds line.
Rams will get a sub in here. Jerry Archuleta checking in for Johnson. I think they're just trying to get in that kid's head because he's having some issues scoring in this game. He has no points and came in as a leading scorer, 13.5 a game. Inbound to Pena around the left perimeter. Dumps it in the paint to Turbiatis. Fadeaway Jay in the middle of the lane that time. Throws it through the net. Count it for Turbiatis. He's got 8 points. Just wait for the basketball that time. 35-27. The biggest lead is 8 for the Eagles. And before a 10-second violation, the coaching staff, 3 coaches jumping on the court because the referee must not have heard the timeout call there. Didn't get quite the 10, but they will retain possession in their backcourt. We'll keep it right here at Del Norte High School in Albuquerque. Of course, we mentioned the importance of this game to get into that consolation championship. Hobbs didn't get that chance last year. In fact, they lost their last game to Santa Fe, but could be a rebound game because Santa Fe could be in the consolation championship. They play Hope Christian next after this game.
I hate to differ with you, but no, they lost against Rio Rancho. They played Santa Fe and were able to win that one for the
that's correct.
So they won the second one and the fourth one. They lost first and third. We're hoping to do a different trend on this one. It looked like it was almost similar as far as trends. The only thing different was last season they had 71.75 points average. This time around so far it's 63.5. It's not looking any better for them right now with sitting at 35 points in the third quarter, but we're hoping to get more points in. Of course, you know, the more points you get, the easier it is for you to get a victory.
We should mention that Santa Fe, though, is currently ranked 5th in the Max Preps poll, so they got a pretty decent team out there.
Yes.
As they come in with that 10-3 record. They'll play tonight again against Hope Christian right after this one here at Del Norte High School. And they have an 11.8 strength of schedule, so they do play some tough teams up here in the central part of the state. Eagles with a trap pressure going on in the backcourt as the ball comes into the near sideline to Rodriguez. Sends it to the time strike, coming across his Decker on the dribble. Tries to weave through Clay on the right side, back to the top of the arc. They'll call a reach foul on Clay. And that will be, for him, his second team foul. As Clay did not start here in the third quarter, but he's getting some action now. Inbound on the far right side of Rodriguez near the scores table, front court. Gets it in quickly to Decker. Decker underhands it to the timeline to Archuleta. Bounce pass back to Decker on the left wing. Stepping right up on top of him, Turbiatis. Up top of the circle to Parisian. Fires a 3. Fadeaway off the left rim, no good. Jumping in the air for a left block is Archuleta. Jerry Archuleta with the rebound. Sends it back up top to Rodriguez. Unloads to Archuleta. Kevin on the right wing. Stop and go dribble. Slings it down right corner to Rodriguez. Comes around the circle top. Down the lane. Flicks it over left side to Parisian. To the free throw line off the dribble. Back deep to reset to Archuleta. Eagles hold their ground on defense. Archuleta at the timeline. One hand bounce pass to the right wing to Jerry Archuleta in front of the Rio Rancho bench. Down to the right block to Parisian. To the top of the circle to Decker. He drives the lane left side. His shot blocked. Put up on the right side by blocked by Vega though. And a steal, though, by Rio Rancho. The Eagles had the rebound for just a second as Clay came up with it, but then turned the ball over there. 11th turnover. But the Rams lose the ball coming down the lane. The Eagles take it back for the 12th turnover for the Rams. Stop and go dribble as Vega gets it down the court. Goes to the rack with it left side, lays it high off the glass and scores. Vega now with 9 points. 4 of those here in the third quarter. Eagles had their biggest lead at 10. Inbound to the near left sideline to Archuleta. Fires it to the time stripe to Decker. To left corner to Rodriguez, a 15-footer, hard off the back of the iron. Rebound by Clay underneath the hoop for his second rebound. And throws it across the time of Pena left wing. Backdoor to Vega for the layup on the right side. Nice assist from Pena. So Vega has got 6 points here in the third quarter. Now it's double digits at 11. 5 behind Pena as the leading scorer. 4:33 left, and the Eagles have a 12-point lead here in the third quarter.
10-0 run.
Wyatt Rodriguez goes to the rack right side, misses off the rim. Ball gets ricocheted top of the circle, picked up by Archuleta. He tries to drive the lane, stolen by Pena. Another turnover, 13, and again he throws it down court to Vega, who lays it in for 2. Back-to-back assists to Vega. Vega's trying to catch his breath after all this running. He's got 13 points, 8 of those here in the third quarter. The turnovers are starting to haunt the Rams now with 13. We'll take a quick 30-second break off the timeout. Your Eagles up by 14, their biggest lead of the game, 41-27 to Rio Rancho. Come back with us.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Your Hobbs Eagles leading by 14, 41-27 to Rio Rancho. 4:15 left in the third quarter of this next to last game of the APS Metro tournament. Winner goes to the Consolation Championship either against Hope Christian or Santa Fe, but not good news on the other side of town for the Hobbs Lady Eagles, Ron.
Yeah, they tied up at 42. Now Hobbs Lady Eagles are losing right now. Score of 55-49 in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, a 6-point deficit for the Lady Eagles. Only one loss this season that started off in Lubbock, but they've won it all since then. Rio Rancho basketball to come back in the third quarter with 4:08 remaining. Johnson has it. Near the timeline, near the scores table on the right side. He dribbles in front of the Rams bench, trying to get some help from his teammates. Pass up top to Wood. Wood sends it left wing, 3 on the way for Archuleta. Hard off the back of the rim. Rebound for Vega, his fourth. Up ahead to Beatty, 2-on-2 to the rack. Fake to pass, went up with a double clutch right side off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Jerry Archuleta. Rams in the front court. Shot from the free throw line. His arm was ripped from behind for the foul. And you don't play defense from behind, and that's exactly what happened there. He got spotted up, and they get the foul against Pena. Just his first, though, and third team foul, but that will give a couple of free throws for Jerry Archuleta, getting his first chance to shoot in this game. They are 8 of 12 as a team for 66% from the charity line.
Well, he swatted for the ball, but unfortunately the ball had already moved, so he hit the arm instead, and that drew the foul.
First free throw is up and good as Archuleta has his third point of the ball game, his first free throw.
And that breaks the Hobbs Eagle run they had of, looks like 13 or 12.
Second shot is up and good. 4 points now for Archuleta, 41-29. Eagles by 12. Half-court pass to Vegas. Weaves through traffic. A bouncer down to Turbiante's right block. Fadeaway Jay counted and the foul. He got high off the floor that time. The only reason he could put it through the hole. 2 defenders crashing on him that one. And he's able to throw it through the rack to get the foul call against Sean Parisian, his second team foul, as Turbiantes now racks up 10 total points and 4 rebounds. A chance to add another point with a free throw.
Yeah, Turbiantes was able to pick it up off the ground and just put it up in the air. It was an amazing shot, and it went right in.
Missed the free throw, though. Rebound Johnson is fifth from the free throw line. Throws it up to the other free throw line. A shot on the way for Parisian, no good. Henderson waiting for it on the left block for his 6th rebound. Outlet down the middle of the court to Pena. No look past the lane. Turbiantes tries to go a big and is ripped from behind. He's going to go back to line back-to-back now. He's starting to get very conscious about where he is on the court. Knows where he needs to go up high over that rim, and he gets fouled doing it. He'll get 2 more free throws as they get the third team foul on the Rams.
And that seems to be his favorite spot, right in front of the hoop, so we can go in and try to make those easy shots. Either that and or get the bonus free throws.
Aiden Wood with the foul. That's the third on the Rams. And that will be the free throw good for Turbiantes now with 11 points. So Eagles now with 3 in double figures with Pena, Vega, and Turbiantes. Second shot is up, and it is a swish. Not going to call it off, though. It looks like a lane violation. Right side of the paint would either be Beatty or Pena, unfortunately. So don't count the second free throw. But Hobbs still up by 15, 44-29. That's their biggest lead of the contest, thanks to that first free throw by Turbiantes. They throw a hard one down to the half-court line, brought across by Johnson. Goes back door and a layup converted by Archuleta. That's Jerry Archuleta. He's got 6. Boy, Johnson is yet to score in this ball game. He's their leading scorer at 13.5 a game. Hayden weaves through traffic, finds Turbiantes left block. Big jump stop, goes up big with 2 hands as well, and thunders it through the glass in the hole for 2. Turbiantes coming on strong now, 13 points. The ball sails out of bounds on the inbound from the baseline from the Rams to the Hobbs Eagle bench right side, but they're going to be touched. Eagles are revved up for this one, leading by 15 with 2:58 remaining. Good back showings, maybe not as strong as the win against Monsanto, but
right.
You see, I think Coach had a few words for his team that we got to get away from this 3-point ball game and put it into double digits.
Exactly. You know, we're seeing a whole lot better team than we did just a couple of weeks ago.
Long pass down to the right baseline for the Rams. Wood with a turnaround J, an air ball. Pulled down in traffic for Turbiantes on the transition dribble. His fifth board. He tries to come down the paint and runs. As he was being helped up by one of them, and he's hunched over at this point. They're going to call the charge foul on Turbiantes, his third 14 foul, and will be the 12th turnover. And Johnson took a little bit of time to get off the floor, and it's not been a great game for him. He's had 5 rebounds, but no points scored at this point, not because of the injury until just now.
I think it was more he just got the wind knocked out of him. It was one of those situations where he was charging full on, and yeah, Johnson had his feet set and was able to take the charge, but he took one for the team.
Yeah, right in the chest. Half-court pass complete to Decker as he brings it across. Bounce to the free throw line to Jenga. Back to the timeline off the dribble. Javen Henderson, who's the D now, who just checked in. Unloads the ball to the left wing to Archuleta. Jerry Archuleta zings it up top to Decker. Decker the right corner to Jenga. Jenga from the Rams bench. Finds the man open at top. Marfield's going to fire a three. Beatty tries to get out there with the hand in the face, but a little bit too late as Marfield nails a tray. That's 6 for him total points. 4 3-pointers for the Rams. At the other end, a pass from Beatty from the right wing down low to Beatty, who goes up strong with the layup with the finger roll on the right glass. And he kind of gets pumped up there after making the shot. Looks like he was looking ahead to the TV camera, which wasn't there on the baseline. But count the bucket regardless for Pena. That's his first points of the third quarter. He's got 18, a chance to make it a three-point play on the fourth Rams team foul.
And that was a nice assist from Beatty. Was able to get it inside the lane. And, of course, the rest, as they say, is history. And then we can add one as well.
Second on Jerry Archuleta for the Rams. Free throw is up and good. 19 for Pena. And we got a whistle before the inbound. Looked like a sub trying to get in for the Rams. That's Kevin Archuleta as he comes in for his brother Jerry. Hobbs playing the full court pressure defense. Looks like they're matching up in this game. They've been doing a 1-1, 2-1. They get the pass to the half court, bringing it across is Wood. Sends it to the left wing, 3 on the way for Jenga, and he nails a tray. That's 4 for him total. 5 3-pointers now for Rio Rancho, but still a 12-point Eagle lead. Pena with the basketball, one hands it across the timeline to Beatty, weaves through traffic in the lane, finds Malachi David left corner who just checked in up top to Pena. Dribbles behind his back down the lane, reverse layup left side is foul the drive. No, they're going to call it a 2-shot foul. Nice job of weaving through the lane that time, right to left underneath the hoop for Pena. As he gets the foul on Kevin Archuleta, his first 15 fouls. So maybe that's what the 2 shots are for. I don't think he was in shooting motion when they blew the whistle. But regardless, 2 free throws for Pena.
I guess it doesn't matter either way.
He's going to get over the 20 mark here with 2 free throws. Makes the first. He now has 20 in the books.
Hobbs now has 50 points. At least it's looking respectable in this game so far.
He's had 10 free throws so far in this game, with 7 of them made for 70%. Trying to make it 21 on the night. Second free throw is up and good. 21 points for Pena. He's made his last 3 free throws here in the third quarter. Kind of a long-running third quarter, too, but Hobbs up by 14, 51-37 with 1:45 remaining. Slowing it up in the backcourt now at the timeline. Dribbling through his legs. As getting to the top of the circle is Marfel. Guarded by Soria. Unloads the ball to the right wing. Almost stolen. Archuleta. He'll get a tip pass to the right corner. Fade away off the glass for Jenga. Deep right corner. Gets it to go through for the 3. Jenga now with back-to-back trays. He's got 7 points. The 6th tray for the Rams. 51-40. Hobbs by 11. In the front court, Pena back it up at the timeline. Over to left wing to Caceres. Back to Pena. Crossover move. Stops and shoots from the top of the arc. Off the back of the rim for the 3-shot. Rebound for Hernandez on the left block. And he sends it back, but a hard throw back towards the left sideline. In front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Goes out of bounds with the turnover. Yeah, I think he was getting pushed out of bounds. Lost his balance. But that's a 13th turnover for the Eagles.
Yeah, either way, not a good sign. However, the scoreboard's still up by 11, so that does help the Hobbs cause.
1:05 remaining. It's 51-40 here in the third. Hobbs by 11, as you mentioned. Inbound deep in the backcourt for Rams for Jenga. He'll go against Caceres one-on-one. Dribbling through his legs. Cross over to the left side now in the front court. Gets a screen up top from Decker. Drives the right side of the lane. Double clutch off the glass. They call the foul. I think Malachi David might have get charged with this one as he tried to step up for the backside, but maybe not him. Maybe Javen Hernandez or Caceres. They were in the area as well. Looks like Caceres picks up the foul. That'll be his first 15 foul, which will mean double bonus for both teams, the remaining 51 seconds of this third quarter. On the line is Jenga, 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, has 7 points. And boy, a hard brick. You could hear that whole rim almost shattering the glass there, but he's hit 2 trays back-to-back. Free throws don't sound as soft, though.
Yeah, and it did not roll. It looked like it could have actually just popped in, but it didn't climb up the ladder. It went across, came back and out.
Yeah, it shuttered the whole rim. Oh, no, it rolls around the second time and goes in. I thought it was going to come out that one. That's 8 now for Jenga. 51-41, Eagles quickly in the front court. Caceres to David, right corner. Jump stop, takes a few dribbles, hands it off to Pena in the right corner behind him. Jumps in the air, throws it up top, but right in the hands of Rio Rancho, picking it off is Wood. The Eagles' 14th turnover. Wood takes a shot from 15 left side over the rim, no good. A board underneath, and Soria comes down with it, but I think they're going to say he pushed off on that one. So that'll give another opportunity for free throws here for Rio Rancho. That will be the Eagles' 6th foul. 5 is the double bonus, of course.
Hobbs might want to consider to take a timeout, get back on the same page, kind of chill a little bit.
Probably just trying to save the timeouts for the rest of the game in the fourth because there's only 34 seconds left, although the first free throw is put down by Marfel. He's got 7, and he is now 4 of 5 from the line for 80%, and he makes another one too. 8 points now for Marfel, and it's down to a single-digit lead of 8, 51-43 Eagles. They gets a pass across the timeline, throws a bad one across the zone there, and is picked off in the middle of the court, picked away from Archuleta. That's 15 turnovers. But a bad pass to the other end of the right baseline, stolen away by Vega, and now a foul. So now it's Rio Rancho with 14 turnovers. Or was that a timeout? Nope, a timeout was called. No foul.
Right.
Hobbs was not wanting to see them moving the ball too quickly on that one. A timeout is called. So that will stop the clock. We'll keep it here with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. 51-43 your score. Hobbs is able to put up 22 in this quarter and 16 for Rio Rancho. But they're crawling back in with those 3-point shots, especially from that Jenga kid.
Yeah, they're making this another close one again. You know, it was at one point, it was at 2 points where the difference was Rio Rancho looking like they were just breathing down the backs of the Hobbs Eagles. Now they kind of stretched out a bit. Now it's coming back. So hopefully Hobbs can go ahead and finish this quarter out, get into the fourth quarter, and start rolling and not make those little mistakes that they've been making in the past in the fourth quarter as they've done.
Yeah, difference in the game has been the 3-point shots, at least for Rio Rancho to get back in it. They've converted 6 3-pointers, Hobbs with only 2. They haven't had any in the second half, and not really many opportunities for those trades. The Eagles going to be facing a full-court pressure defense now on the right baseline. In the backcourt is Pena, who just checked in, finds David on the far left sideline. Still in the backcourt, back deep to Pena. Takes a few dribbles to the timeline, double team, gets through it, looking for help now. Now he's got some pressure on top of him, trying to pivot out of it as 2 guys converge on him. That was Marfel and Wood, and one of them gets a foul on him. That will be 2 shots for him, as Wood will pick up his second personal 16th foul, which was double bonus for the Eagles already. Pena will step up to the stripe. Trying to get into the books in this game, hasn't scored yet. Pena came into the contest shooting 75% on the season. 3 for 4 from the line. Trying to add on to an 8-point lead here. Try to get to double digits with 2 free throws, but clinks off the front of the rim, drops short, but he will get 1 more. Hobbs has had a total of 4 scores so far, and 8 for Rio Rancho, although Hobbs with an 8-point lead. Second shot, bounce off the front and back of the rim for Pena. Doesn't get it. Going back up hard is David from the right block. Kind of leans to the hoop, gets his shot swatted from behind. Looked like could have been a foul there. No call, but Decker went on top of him. But for David, that's his 6th rebound. Hobbs will get the ball on the right baseline underneath their hoop with 8 seconds left in the quarter here in the third. Bounce it back toward David. He goes up again, then foul this time. Get his arm pulled back from behind. Ball went high in the air off the glass, not near the rim, but he will get 2 free throws out of it. Another foul going to be called against Wood, 2 in a row for him. He's got 3 total, and a 2-shot free throw situation here for David, who's 0 for 2 here in the third quarter, but he's wanted to add to his points to get in the books here. First free throw's up, and bouncing high in the air, then goes through the rim.
Ooh, and that was a quick inbound. In fact, no time went off the clock as it was inbounded to him. He put it up and drew the foul.
Well, technically, he should have had a 1-second call off just by natural situations there. Bad shot on the second one. Pull down for Rio Rancho. They get the pass down low. A shot at the buzzer. Back door on the left side. No good for Decker as it sails over. But that will end the third quarter of action. Your Hobbs Eagles, though, leading by 9, 52-43 over Rio Rancho. The winner goes to the Consolation Championship tomorrow night, or tomorrow morning, I should say, against Hope Christian or Santa Fe, the game that comes up after this one. We'll take a 30-second break and come back live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Hobbs Eagles enter the fourth quarter leading 52-43 over Rio Rancho. Hobbs coming in with a 5-9 record. The Rams at 7-6, but a 9-point Eagle lead here, trying to get themselves in the Consolation Championship. Points so far in this game, the leaders for Rio Rancho, 3 of 8 apiece. Marville, Jenga, and Decker. Your Hobbs Eagles, 21 for Pena, 13 apiece for Vega and Turbiatas, so 3 in double figures. Bad inbound at the half-court line, taken away for Johnson. The Rams, a windmill layup on the left side, misses it, kind of hot-dogging a little bit there. Wide open layup, and does that instead and knocks off the rim. We got a whistle on the rebound, though. Can't believe he missed that layup. The Eagles picking up their 16th turnover prior to that. Looks like Rio Rancho basketball after the Eagles touch it last. Left baseline inbound for Rodriguez underneath the Rams hoop. They bounce it back door to Montoya and returns back deep to Johnson on the right wing. Up top to Rodriguez. Near the timeline, running clock here with a 9-point deficit for the Rams. Dribbles left around the circle, comes back to the timeline, again to the circle left, and underhands it to Kevin Archuleta. Drives the middle of the paint, backs up to the free throw line. Fadeaway Jay out the front of the rim, and then rolls backward into the hole for 2. Got the shooter's touch on that one. Did Kevin Archuleta. He's got 5 points. 52-45, Eagles by 7. Clay to the front court, right elbow, up top to Pena. Fakes a 3, gets Johnson to go up in the air, but then decides not to shoot it, does Pena. Instead dribbles through his legs. Returns up top to Clay. Jab step. Cross over to his left hand. 1-2 and up. Double clutch off the back of the rim. No good. Left block rebound for Montoya, his 3rd. Bad pass to half court. Still by Turbiatas. The Rams with their 15th turnover. Clay will get the ball up top. Throws it left to Pena on the circle. In front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Gives it to Turbiatas left side as well. 18-footer wide open for him. Clinks off the rim left side. We got a rebounding foul underneath. On his back is Henderson, who got knocked to the floor. And they'll call the foul, the push on the Rio Rancho Rams against Jaden Johnson, his 2nd. That's the first foul here in the fourth quarter for the Rams. Eagle basketball on the left baseline, leading by 7. 6:50 remaining in the game. Vega to inbound. And we got a foul off ball now. Looks like a hold foul. This time going to go against the Rams again, against Wyatt Rodriguez, his 1st, 2nd team foul. And a substitution for Rio Rancho, Jerry Archuleta coming in for Rodriguez. Vega reloads once again for the throw-in. Bounce it back door to Clay. Turnaround jumper off the back of the rim. Point-blank range, no good. And then on the floor that got the rebound on his butt was Jerry Archuleta, but he kind of moves around a little bit. The referee calls it travel. I don't know what else he was supposed to do.
Right.
He had his butt solid on the floor, but I guess the legs might have been moving around a little bit. So that'll be a turnover. Rebound for Archuleta, his 5th, but the 16th turnover. What did we get on that one? Was that a push-off or a travel? It looked like the whistle quick on the inbound to Vega. And then did they call the charge on that, or did they call the travel? Turnover regardless for the Eagles. Must have been a push-off. So the Eagles with their 17th turnover on that far right sideline. Now it'll be Rio Rancho basketball in their backcourt. Inbound to Johnson, far right, in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. One hands it to the timeline, caught by Archuleta. Weaves to the lane, goes back door to Montoya. Leans and shoots towards the hoop right side. They're going to call the reach foul there on the big man Henderson. So Montoya will get a chance for a couple of free throws. They say he was in the shooting motion there. That's a 3rd on Henderson and the 1st team foul here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was unfortunate too. Just got caught out of position. Was trying to get the ball, but instead once again got the player. But it did pay off so far. He missed his 1st.
Yeah, he bricked it off the front of the rim. It dropped quickly as Beatty returns for Clay for the Eagles sub. One more shot for Montoya. That was his 1st free throw attempt in the ball game. Hobbs still up by 7, pinning this 2nd free throw. A swish for Montoya. He's got 3 points, 53-45. Eagles by 8, 6:30 remaining in the game. Beatty with the basketball deep, double team pressure. Goes a high one across the timeline, pulled down by Vega, top of the circle. Sends right wing to Pena. Pena getting guarded by Johnson hard. Goes to rack, triple team pressure. Throws a shot up in the air. Just kind of unloading it before he crashed it down on the defender that time on the right block. But I think they're going to call the block foul. And getting the worst of it is Jerry Archuleta holding his head flat on his back on the hardwood.
Yeah, he did come down hard. Either way, he was thought he was in position for that to take the charge, but instead he ends up getting knocked on his backside. Hits his head too, and he's in a little bit of pain right now.
Head coach Wally Salata out there for the Rams. They call an official timeout, and Hobbs holding on to a 6-point lead, pinning some free throws from Pena, who's had a majority of the free throw attempts in this ball game. He has scored 21 in the contest and has made his last 3 free throws. 21 for Pena, 13 for Braylon Vega, And 13 as well for Jairis Turbiata. So we've had a couple of games back-to-back now where a lot more people getting involved in the offense with a double-digit scoring, Ron.
We have as well. And we've got an update for you for the Hobbs-La Cueva game. It looked like it was going to be down to 2. Right now we've got it to actually, I'm going to have to look because that wasn't it. I was thinking I had gotten a new one. 55-49 was the last we saw. I knew it was closer than that, though. It was 2-point difference. Hobbs still had the deficit, though.
Yeah, that Hobbs and Eagles are playing on the other side of town. They're semifinals in the winner's bracket. So if they win that game tonight, they will play in the championship tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Tightest game of the season for the Lady Eagles. We'll try to get you an update score on that one. Abraham Pena on the line for 2 free throws. First one is up and good. He's got 22 points now to lead both teams. And back to Rio Rancho has yet to get a double-digit score. They got 3 guys sitting at 8 yet to score here in the fourth quarter. Second shot for Pena is up, and it is good. He got them both. 23 points for Pena. And again, he's one of the best scorers at this tournament. Pena had 27 in game 1, 14 in game 2, and he's got 23 tonight. 54-46, a 3 at the other end from the right wing. Nailed it right through the rack there. Marfil with 11 points. That's his second tray of the ballgame. 7 trays converted by Rio Rancho. 54-49, a 5-point lead. Pass to Beatty on the left wing. Drives baseline. A runner shot on the way. Air ball. Henderson gets tied up as he tries to come with the rebound. Him and Johnson going shoulder to shoulder with it that time. And Johnson giving up about 6 inches to the big kid, Parker Henderson. Nobody really got the rebound. It was kind of a 2-on ball, that one. And the Hobbs Eagles will have it now on the right baseline on the arrow, thankfully, to their direction. Beatty to inbound, underneath the hoop. Checks it back to Vega, and a bad pass. Johnson punches it to his front court. He'll take the lefty layup uncontested. In fact, that's his first bucket of the ball game. He's the leading scorer on the team, averaging 13.5 a game. That was the Eagles' 18th turnover. We're down to 3, 54-51. Henderson gets a pass on the left block, a fade shot, throws it through the hole. After he scores, gets fouled, then screams at his opponent and gets a technical foul. Got to just take the buckets when you get them in a close game. You can't afford to lose your head. That time He did. Trying to taunt the other player that he scored against. Got the foul on him. Chance for that 3-point play. But still going to cost the Eagles, though. He'll get a chance to shoot the free throw, but then a tech at the other end. That was on Wyatt Rodriguez, his second 13 foul. So Henderson will pick up a tech. That's his 4th personal, second team foul. But he'll get a chance for a 3-point play. Henderson has 6 points and 6 boards. Of course, Wednesday night, he had the double-double, 11 points and 11 rebounds in the win against Monzano. Free throws up and good. 7 points now for Henderson, but they're going to go to the other end now. This will be a 2-shot tech plus the ball back for this Rio Rancho team who's trailing 57-51. But once again, they clawed their way back into this and down to a single-digit deficit.
Exactly, and cooler heads need to prevail. I'm sure that's what Ronald Ross is talking to him right now about. You need to just play the game. Do not let your head get into it. Emotions do not need to be into this as well.
Harfield hits the first technical throw. He's got 12 points. And the second one bouncing around, kind of hitting the rim hard. These rims are very, kind of a little bit forgiving, but they make a real loud smash sound when the ball does hit them. So he got 2 free throws, 13 points for Marfil. He is 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. Eagles up by 4, 57-53. 5 minutes, 35 left in the game. Stop and go dribble coming down the right lane. Throwing up a high shot is Archuleta. It rolls over the rim through the hoop and a foul. So Jerry Archuleta now with 8 points. They're going to call the elbow foul from behind that time. Trying to see who that was against. Looked like Beatty. He's going to also get subbed out here for the Eagles as Beatty picks up his first personal. That's the 3rd team foul against Hobbs, and that will sit on the line Kevin Archuleta.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there is a final over at Highland. It is 56-54, La Cueva over your Hobbs Lady Eagles.
Missed the free throw, going back up, double clutches Johnson after the 6th rebound. Missed it over the rim, pulled down by Malachi David on the left baseline. His 7th rebound. He tries to outlet to Nick Pena in the lane. He gets knocked to the floor. And Pena was fouled on that one, so we'll be against the Rams.
Looks like that's me, Jaden Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson's 3rd personal, 4th team foul. Eagles one away from that is the 5th. They're talking to the table about that.
It is the 5th.
Yeah, 5th foul against the Rams, so that will be a double bonus for the Eagles, and they definitely need these points. They're only up by 2, Ron, 57-55.
I know, and that could be definitely the difference in this ball game right now, especially with 5:26. Hobbs only has 1 to give before they get the Rams in the bonus, but right now they're in the bonus. they need to make the most of these shots, and this guy can definitely do it.
Well, unfortunately, so far, 0 for 2 is Nick Pena, but he wants to get himself in the scorebook here. First free throw is up, and it is good. A swish for Pena. Somebody keeps ringing a cowbell here, which doesn't help out the cause. But Malachi David gives him a nice slap in the chest for Pena to give him some more encouragement, and a sub checks in for the Rams. That's Jerry Archuleta. Hobbs up by 3. One more will make it 4 for Pena here. Shot is up, and it is good. A swish. He's got 2 points, both on free throws. 5:26 remaining. A lot of time left here in the fourth. 59-55 Rio Rancho trailing your Eagles. They have the basketball, though, as Jerry Archuleta going to slow it up. Or actually, that is Kevin Archuleta as he comes across the timeline. To the right wing, continues to dribble to the corner. Able to kind of tap it out to his teammate Jerry Archuleta. Up top for a 3 on the way. And there's a zinger for Marfil. Puts it through the rack. He's got 2 trays here in the fourth quarter. 3 in the second half, and 16 points. That's the 8th three-pointer from the Rams, a 1-point Eagle lead. As Pena comes across the timeline, he gets hit in the back and falls forward a little bit. They call the travel instead. The referee must have missed the bump on that one.
Well, yeah, he was more looking at his feet. He noticed that his pivot foot was drugged and missed the foul call.
Yeah, a couple of guys ran into him from behind, lost their balance there, but referee sees the feet instead of the foul. Legal screen being put on by the Rams. No call, the big man Montoya, but they pass it out right wing. 3 on the way for Decker off the back of the rim. And Vega with the rebound for the Eagles underneath his 5th. Goes ahead to Pena coming down the right side of the lane. Misses the scoop shot. Parker Henderson misses a double hand touch. Goes back up. Misses again. And pulled down by the Rams. Point blank shots being not converted by the Eagles. And a spin now for Josiah Marfil, the rebounder. Into the front court. Gives it off to the left wing to Decker. Decker back up top to reset to Marfil, who just hit that tray seconds ago. He's got 3 in the game. 59-58, stop and go dribble, right baseline, scoop shot, and gets a foul on Henderson over the top. Capped the bucket as Marfil scooped it for about 10 seconds. That's how long it took to get to the hoop, it seemed like. And they call the foul on Henderson, as mentioned. That might be his 5th. If not, maybe the 4th, as we're trying to keep up. 4th foul. That's the 4th against the Eagles, and a chance for a 3-point play for Marfil. He's got 18 points. And now they're checking the foul totals here as the scores table called the ref over. Clay's going to come in for the Eagles on the sub, and Javen Hernandez is going to take a break here. Actually, no, that's Nick Pena to leave. So it's going to be Pena left on the court, along with, double checking who's still out there, Clay, Henderson, and David. The free throw up and good for Marfil. He's got 19 points. There's a timeout on the court, and now Rio Rancho is up by 2, 61-59. We'll take a 30-second break and come back live with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops at the APS Metro Tournament, live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Tight one here at the Del Norte Gym in Albuquerque. It's the Metro Tournament. As your Hobbs Eagles in game number 3 have been leading most of this ballgame, Ron, but now down by 2, 61-59 to Rio Rancho with 4:15 remaining. What's important in this game? The winner goes to the Consolation Championship tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and it's all about possession. Hobbs needs to get back into possession of the game as well as the ball, and they need to stop getting these ticky-tacky turnovers.
As you say that, they inbound to Clay in the deep right corner of the backcourt. He gets bodied around a little bit. Ball came out of his hands. They're going to say a push foul, though, on Rio Rancho. That will be 2 shots at the other end of the double bonus, as that's against Marfil, his 2nd. So that's one good thing. The Eagles going to get a chance to convert some free throws and maybe tie this game up here, as Clay will step up. Has not shot free throws in the contest, but is 78% on the season, 15 of 19.
Yeah, get all those fouls you can, because one more foul against Hobbs, and Rio Rancho will be in the double bonus.
Clay trying to get himself in the scorebook with his first points of the night. Misses off the front of the rim. So he's not going to be able to tie it up here. He'll get one more. Hobbs down by 2, 61-59. If you just missed it, the Hobbs Lady Eagles lost in their semifinal game tonight. They will not be in the APS Tournament Championship like last year. A close one, trying to come from behind in that one. Second shot for Clay is up and good. He's 1 of 2, and Hobbs down by 1, 61-60. 4:10 left here in the fourth. Rams up by the 1 point. In the backcourt with the dribbles, Kevin Archuleta as he comes across the timeline against the defense of Vega. Pass the left wing, driving the lane is Marfield, lefty left, an air ball. Javen Hernandez comes up with a big rebound underneath the hoop. Outlet to Pena, 1-on-4. Comes down the lane with the runner shot at the back of the rim. Ball tipped around and pulled down in the middle of the paint by Montoya. His 4th rebound for the Rams. Outlet to the near left sideline. And looks like Vega crunches in to the guy he was guarding that time and kind of buckles him up. I think that was Archuleta. So that's going to be a double bonus as the foul going to be against Vega. That's his 3rd, and as you mentioned seconds ago, that is the 5th team foul, which is a double bonus. So heading to the line is Jerry Archuleta. He's perfect, 2 for 2, and has 8 points.
The Rams' last shot, though, was touched by David Malachi, so he did have a little bit of a say in that and stopped them from scoring.
Free throw is up and good for Archuleta. 9 points for him, perfect, 3 for 3 on the charity stripe. Extend the lead to 2. One more point will be the biggest lead of the game for him. Second shot's good. That's 10 points for Jerry Archuleta, and the 3-point lead, the biggest of the game for Rio Rancho. Inbound to the right corner to Pena, back deep to Clay at the baseline. There's a high one over to the left side, but stolen away by the big kid Montoya. And he tries to throw up a shot. It's tipped around and taken away by Pena. He gets tied up by 3 players for Rio Rancho on a jump ball. The arrow's going to go back to the Rams. That's the 20th turnover, though, for the Eagles that led to that. Looked like maybe a shot attempt for Montoya. Kind of just shoved it up to the hoop, but he had guys on top of him. No foul call. But then a jump after that as Pena came up with the rebound momentarily. That for Pena was his 4th board. The inbound comes to the right corner after the jump ball to Archuleta. Throws it back door, and there's laying it in for right side layup is Decker. He's got 10 points. A 5-point Rio Rancho lead. They're
that there is not an important time to get a shot.
From behind, Vega had the guy in front and pickpocket Pena from behind.
Yeah, that was his 4th of the game. We needed that too, simply because we were running out of time. It's under 2 minutes right now. Hobbs needed to get some momentum. I think that'll help a little bit. That's the reason why they had the timeout provided for the Rams.
67-63. Rio Rancho up by 4 with 1:51 remaining. And last year, Eagles did play some of these same teams that we saw at the APS Metro Tournament this year as well. Of course, Rio Rancho, they had a chance at last year. A possibility of playing Santa Fe here in the next game. Hopefully, we don't know yet what that team's going to be, whether it's going to win or lose that against Hope Christian. But the winner of this game plays the winner of Hope Christian and Santa Fe.
Exactly, and you never know. Well, first off, we got to, as we say, got to finish the first game before we play the second game, figure out who's going to win that one. And, of course, we'll know all this by, of course, this afternoon or this evening. So we'll know when to get here tomorrow to do the game.
Now, we'd like to also remind fans that if you're kind of keeping up the Hobbs Lady Eagles, they lose tonight in their semifinal matchup to La Cueva. That means they will play in the 3rd place game tomorrow at 1:45 pregame tip-off at 2. That'll be on the Eagle 100.5 on the radio and on the internet as well, HobbsAmerica.com, etc. They're going to play, Hobbs girls will play the loser of the Sandia Volcano Vista game, which is coming up later tonight. So, big contest going on the girls' side of the bracket. That was on the winner's side, though. Hobbs trying to get themselves, the boys, into the consolation championship, but they got to come back down by 4. The inbound to the far sideline, backcourt to Marfeld. He takes it on Clay. Dribbles hard through the timeline with his left hand, and then backs it up to the time strike to set up the offense. One hand bouncer over to Archuleta right wing. They're calling Clay with the reach. That will get a 2-shot bonus going again.
Right.
As he gets the swat at Kevin Archuleta. So Clay has picked up his 3rd. Coach Reeves, or Megan Ross, jumped up and said, just calm down a little bit. Don't want to give cheap fouls like that, because it's only a 4-point deficit at this point. Don't need to put him on for freebies on the line. Coach Ross is going to get a sub in here in just a second, talking to Nick Pena. But they had to wait for the second free throw before that can happen.
The first?
Wait a second. Why is the referee bringing in a sub here? He brought in a sub for Clay. That shouldn't have happened. Oh, no, they're going to say that's Clay's 5th foul?
So, yes.
Whoa, I don't know where that came from. I think he put 5 up in the air. I mean, he just put that up to stop the clock, but that was a late call. The table was not buzzing on that one either. Free throw is up and good for Archuleta. So that might have been Clay's 5th personal. I'm not getting that in my booklet here, but Archuleta will get one more. He's got 8 points and is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe and makes his 2nd as well. 9 for Archuleta. It's now 69-63, the biggest lead in the game for Rio Rancho, all in this 4th quarter. And boy, Johnson diving to knock the ball out on the inbound for Pena on the right baseline. Hobbs will get it back. They're going to switch up and put Vega instead of Pena now to inbound. Matchup. Man-to-man pressure for Rio Rancho. Eagles down by 6 with 1:38 remaining. Inbound to Pena on the near side, back deep to Vega. He returns to Pena on the right sideline. Dribbles the middle of the court, coming across the Knight logo in the middle here at Del Norte High. Hands off to Pena, but ricochets off his chest in the backcourt. Was touched by Johnson. Pena picks it up. No look pass to Vega, right corner, up top to David. Tries to sling it back over to Pena on the left wing. The ball gets knocked out by Johnson, and Johnson is like a magnet all over the place in the last couple of minutes. He had not much energy through 3 quarters, but he put the team on his back. He hasn't scored a lot, just 2 points. He's the leading scorer for the season, but a lot more energy late in this game.
Exactly. He's trying to do everything he can to slow down and stop this Eagle team from scoring.
They posted up David on the left block and passed over behind him, knocked out by 2 Ram defenders, double teaming on David. Look, I don't know who it went off of, but a couple of guys on top of it, Archuleta and Decker. Hobbs will get it on the left baseline, trailing by 6 with 1:15 remaining. Pena to inbound. Finally finds Pena open left corner, fakes a 3, trying to drive, and lost the ball behind him. They're going to say reached on by Johnson. So Johnson will pick up his 4th personal. Still the double bonus of the Eagles.
But they need to start scoring quickly if they want to get into this game. Down by 6 with, like you said, just a little over a minute to go, minute 14.
The whole Rio Rancho team is having a team meeting on the free throw line right in front of Pena, which you usually don't see referees allowing that. I think Johnson might have just fouled out of this ball game. That was his 5th.
Yep.
So Jaden Johnson had a very slow-moving game for him. He averaged 13.5 points a game coming into this one. Only had 2 tonight, so the Eagles definitely kept him in check. But Pena trying to get the team back in it, down by 6, as he has been 3 of 4 from the line here in the 4th quarter and makes another free throw. As he got 27, so matching his points from the Highland game back on Tuesday night when this APS Metro tournament started off. He can make it 28 here and does so. Most points of the tournament for him, 28, 69-65, but the Eagles is a team down by 4. The inbound deep on the far right sideline, caught by Marfeld, dribbles across, throws it up top behind with Archuleta. Lost the ball, taken away by Javen Hernandez. Rams now with their 19th turnover. Pass off to Pena. Is zigzagging through traffic. 2 defenders picking him up at the timeline and trying to get between Josiah Marvel and Jerry Archuleta. One of them gets the foul. They call it against the Rams, of course, and that'll be 2 shots for Pena. They'll charge that one to Marvel, his 3rd. So Pena right back where he belongs. He's had a total of 9 shot attempts here, or make it 6 here in the 4th quarter, made 5 of those. Trying to get the Eagles back into this one, down by 4. First free throw's good for Pena. He's made his last 4. And now 29 points.
And this will be a different game. Hobbs actually might be in the lead if they got more of their free throw shots, but unfortunately unable to do so with that one as well.
Shot rims out. Rebound Kevin Archuleta for the Rams. His 4th. Throws it across the timeline on the left side to Marfil. Clock down to 53. Marfil tries to lunge it back to the time stripe to get away from Vega. Vega kind of got the back of his leg there and kind of tripped him a bit. Or actually, no, they're not going to call that on him. It looks like Pena instead. Pena was in the area, but I thought they got Vega on that one. So Pena gets only his 1st, which is better for the Eagles. Vega already had 3. So that saved him getting in foul trouble and the possible DQ getting close. Marfil's on the line. He's made all 4 of his free throws now here in the 4th quarter as he makes the first one there. 20 points now for Josiah Marfil. Most of these kids were stuck at 8 points. They're leading scorers for most of this game, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Marfil getting that 20 mark and now make it 21. He's perfect on the line in this quarter, 5 of 5 in the 4th. Eagles down by 5. Quickly, it's Pena coming down the lane. Pass back to Malachi David. Double clutch, no good. Goes back up again off the glass with 2 hands and scores on the left. David with 3 points and 9 rebounds. 71-68. 38 seconds remaining. Eagles down by 3. Half-court inbound. The Eagles get floored. Vega gets flattened on the court as he's in the lane trying to play some defense. They call the foul on Jerry Archuleta, his third. It won't be shooting because of an offensive foul, but the Eagles could tie it up with a tray or maybe a and one situation here shortly.
Exactly. Now it's 35 seconds left. Hobbs has a chance to regain the lead, like you said, or at least get it really, really close.
20 turnovers now for Rio Rancho after the offensive foul. Pinion inbound left baseline underneath the Eagles. Soup down by 3. Bounce it back through to David. Double clutch against 2 defenders and rips it through for 2. Malachi David back to back. He's got 5 points. Eagles down by 1. 28 seconds left. It's 71-70. Coming across the timeline is Marfil. Double team for Pena. And Pena slings over to the left side to Archuleta. Double team on the half court line. Cross court right to Archuleta again at the scores table. No look bounce pass right wing to Marfil. Throws it and gets it back to Marfil at the timeline. To the left wing, to Archuleta, and a foul to stop the clock. Boy, he threw up a 3 on the run there. It did go through the hole, but way late after the whistle. Eagles will get the foul. Clock will stop. Abraham Pena gets his second. And that's going to be 2 free throws for Kevin Archuleta, but a 1-point ball game with just 8 seconds remaining. If he gets 2 here, that would put it up by 3. Of course, the Eagles have some long shooters, Pena and Vega, to name just 2 of them.
Yeah, and it brings it down to 8 seconds left on the game clock, so that means very little chance to get it across and be finesseful. They have to do it quickly.
Kevin Archuleta 2 for 3 on the line and misses the first one off the back in front of the rim. So now is 2 of 4 from the charity stripe, has 9 points, hopefully not 10. The Eagles can win the ball game here with the long shot, but they were going to wait for the free throw first. Archuleta's second shot is bouncing around and good. So he's got 10 points. Eagles down by 2. 8 seconds, driven across the timeline. Pena, top of the circle. Coach Ross gets a timeout as he threw up a shot on the run to the top of the arc, missed off the back of the rim. 2 seconds. Break. Your Eagles trail Rio Rancho 72-70. 6 seconds remaining. Eagles will have the ball in the front court. Stay with us live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Hobbs Eagle basketball with 6 seconds left in the front court near right sideline. 72-70. Rio Rancho by 2. Eagles got to get the 3 to win, 2 to tie. Here in the fourth quarter, Bacon inbound, gets into Pena, right wing, dribbles through his legs to the baseline. Fade shot, 15 for the right baseline, no good. It's loose in the paint. Still taking that, and Rio Rancho gets the rebound to end the ball game. Rebound by Montoya as he bear hugs the basketball. Hobbs did not get a touch on it, and that is the ball game. Unfortunately, the Eagles losing a close one here against Rio Rancho, 72-70. Hobbs will drop to 5-10 on the season. The Rams improved to 8-6. Very close ball game here, a 2-point game. Hobbs will play in the last game of the tournament tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pregame show at 9:45 against the loser of the Hope Christian Santa Fe game, which is coming up next here at Del Norte Gym. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live here in Albuquerque at the APS Metro Tournament.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family Pack Choice Boneless V Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. Quarter loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We're both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back live here in Albuquerque. The APS Metro Tournament Round 3 has completed, and your Hobbs Eagles lose a close heartbreaker to Rio Rancho, 72-70. The Hobbs Eagles will play in the final game tomorrow. That will be a 10 o'clock tip-off. 9:45 pregame show either against Hope Christian or Santa Fe High. Both of those teams are ranked in their Max Preps poll. Santa Fe High at number 5 in the 5A and Hope Christian number 5 in the 4A. So they'll play the loser of that game. The winner will go on to the Consolation Championship. So unfortunate loss there, Ron. Eagles were leading throughout 3 quarters of this ball game. Rio Rancho comes back in the 4th, and they got some people just coming out of the woodwork. They finish up with 4 double-digit scorers. In fact, through 3 quarters, they only had 3 guys with 8 points apiece. Nobody in double digits, but the 4th quarter, a whole different story. Josiah Marfel came out of the woodwork. He had 21 points. His free throw shooting was stellar, 10 of 11 from the line. And, hey, that 10 points is a very big factor for that victory, too, in terms of the free throws. They shot 75% tonight from the line, which is definitely the difference in this ball game for Rio Rancho.
It was, and unfortunately it all happened in the 4th quarter. It just seemed to accumulate. You know, it's one of those things where you think, okay, we've got a nice little lead. We can continue to keep it up with 5 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Little things happened for Hobbs. They still had the bonus. We thought maybe they could use that to the advantage, but unfortunately it did not work out. The Rams just chipped away at the lead before you knew it, simply because of the charity stripe. They had done that in the first half. They did in the second half as well. Were able to get the lead and maintain it. Just a lot of hustle from a couple of their players that fouled out. But still, Hobbs had an opportunity, several opportunities, just weren't able to get those clutch shots in, whether they be free throws or they be some nice points from the paint. Either way, something needed to work on, but otherwise it was really close. They were in it till the end. And there was no let go from the Hobbs Eagles.
Yeah, we mentioned prior to coming to the APS Metro Tournament, the last 3 games, Farmington, Volcano Vista, both of those at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, and Permian on the road. Hobbs had pretty close games at the end of the 3rd, but then the lead got extended in the 4th, which was kind of a letdown there at the end of ball games. In fact, Rio Rancho did outscore Hobbs in that 4th quarter, correct?
Yes, they did. In fact, it was not even close. It was 29-18 for the fourth quarter. One of those things, again, you know, you don't since we're looking at the small little scoreboard, we didn't really notice it was happening until it was too late, until they were on the line once again, grabbed the lead, and then just never let go of it, especially with all those extra fouls they were getting called for them, and being in the bonus. That didn't help the Hobbs cause either.
Let's go through the numbers. First for Rio Rancho, we mentioned already Josiah Marfield, 21 points. He had 3 rebounds and was 10 of 11 from the charity stripe. Missed his first free throw of the ball game, then made all the rest of the 10 that he got on the line there. Jerry Archuleta, second leading scorer with 12 points. He had 5 rebounds. He was perfect on the line, 4 for 4. And a pair of 10s, Kevin Archuleta with 10 points. He went 3 of 4 from the line with 4 rebounds. And Caden Decker finished up with 10 points. He was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe as well and 3 rebounds. So you see a trend here. All their top scorers getting a lot of opportunity to shoot free throws to get in their double digits. 4 scoring in doubles for Rio Rancho. Moses Janga finished with 8 points. He was 2 of 4 from the line, had 2 trays in the game. 6 for Sean Parisian. He was 1 of 2 on the line, had a tray as well. Also 2 points for Jaden Johnson. Now, he came into the game as the leading scorer on the season, 13.5 points a game. So Eagles completely took him to the woodshed, didn't let him score much at all. In fact, I think his only bucket was in the fourth quarter. He did finish up with 6 rebounds, though, before fouling out. Noah Montoya, their big post player, had 3 points, 1 of 2 from the line, and 7 rebounds. He was the top board man for Rio Rancho. So they had 9 scorers in this game. They were 24 of 32 from the free throw line for 75%. It's a very good free throw shooting. 33 rebounds in the contest for Rio Rancho. That was 3 less. Leading score, best of the tournament so far for him. 29 points in this game for the Hobbs. Putting the team on his shoulders. He finished 14 of 19 from the charity stripe. Big time free throw opportunities. Turbiantes also got 13 points. He was 1 of 3 from the charity stripe and 5 rebounds. So Hobbs with 3 players in double figures. Parker Henderson was 7 points. He was 1 of 1 from the line and had 8 rebounds for the Eagles inside the paint. Malachi David finished with 5 points. He was 1 of 4 from the line and 9 rebounds. Nick Pena, 2 for 4 from the line for 2 points. Josiah Clay, 1 of 2 from the line for 1 point. He did foul out of the contest. And that was it for the Hobbs Eagles scoring. They had 7 scorers in this ball game. The Eagles on the free throw stripe, 20 of 35 for 57%. We already mentioned they had 20 turnovers, the same as Rio Rancho. And also the Eagles out-rebounded the Rams 36 to 33. It was Malachi David leading the team with 9 boards. Parker Henderson with 8, 5 for Vega, and 4 for Abraham Pena. So free throws definitely a difference in this game. Hobbs converted on 20 of theirs out of 35 attempts. And we also mentioned the big numbers for Rio Rancho, 24 of 32 for 75%. Hobbs got him on the rebounds. Hobbs also, though, did not have as many three-point shots, which is a big turnaround for Rio Rancho as the second half progressed. Hobbs with just 2 three-pointers, 8 for Rio Rancho.
That'll definitely do it, too, along with steals and assists. Now, assist-wise, the Rams only had 6, while Hobbs had 3, so they doubled up on them on assists, and that was mostly from Johnson, Archuleta, and that was Kevin Archuleta and Marfel all had 2 assists each. That gave them their 6. Otherwise, on the steals, it was a 12-10 contest where the Rams once again come up on top, 12-10. But it was a couple of great steals from Pena. In fact, he had 4. Henderson had 2. Tribiatis had 2. Vega and Hernandez had 1 apiece. So those were all of the the steals, and they didn't have enough. I thought they were going to get a little bit more at the end. Just couldn't quite do it. And once again, everything that Hobbs did for those first 3 quarters kind of fell apart in the fourth.
72-70 the final. Rio Rancho again gets their 8th win of the season, 8-6. The Eagles drop to 5-10. Final game of the APS Metro Tournament for Hobbs tomorrow will be at 10 o'clock. It'll be their game to finish it up. 9:45 pregame show. Again, they will play the loser of the next game coming up here at Del Norte High School. That's Santa Fe High, number 5 in the Max Preps poll. They've already lost, so it's kind of a question mark. They kind of went the backwards route here at this tournament. They play Hope Christian, who's ranked 5th in the 4A. So should be a pretty tasty lineup matchup for one other team does get into that game against the Hobbs Eagles. But again, kind of an early start. Again, 9:45 at the pregame show. We'll have that on Cool 95.7 here on the radio, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page on the internet. Ron, we already talked about the girls' game, but let's refresh our listeners right now about the final on that one and what that means for the Lady Eagles tomorrow.
Yeah, that basically means that they're going to be playing either the loser of Volcano Vista or Sandia, and that is something that we didn't expect to see, especially since they look so confident coming into this tournament, so to speak, and they definitely had the opportunities to, I know.
You're looking for the score, aren't you?
I am looking.
And you're babbling while you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm not babbling. I thought it was sounding pretty darn good, but here it is. All right, so yeah, it ended up being a 2-point game. Final was 60. I think it was 56-54. Unfortunately, Hobbs on the losing end once again. Like I said, they get to choose. Before I thought they were going to be playing Sandia. I thought there might be a chance that they could play Volcano Vista 3 times this season, and it's still a possibility since I believe between the two, I think Sandia is a slightly better team. That doesn't mean much at all. It depends on which team comes out and plays the hardest, and it could be Sandia, it could be Volcano Vista. Once again, though, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for the Hobbs Lady Eagles.
Yeah, in fact, Hobbs was down by as many as 6 in that second half and came back to make it a 2-point ball game, so pretty tight one there. That game, by the way, 1:45 pregame show will be on our sister station on the radio, 100.5 The Eagle, and again on all those internet stations you get our games for, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and also on a Facebook page. So that's about it here for tonight. Eagles have one more opportunity for a game here in Albuquerque as they lose tonight to Rio Rancho 72-70. Again, we'll be on the radio at 9:45 pregame, tip-off at 10. Before we leave, Ron, sponsors of Hobbs Eagle basketball this season.
Absolutely. As always, we are thankful to the following: Lasco Construction, Forest Tire, TDS, Hobbs Express, Thriftway, Lee County State Bank, Elite Home Healthcare, NMR Pipeline, First American Bank of Hobbs. Thank you very much for your support. We couldn't do it without you.
Until tomorrow morning at 9:45 a.m., I'd like to thank Edie Stewart back at the station. For myself, Ty Friend, and Ron Gunner, have a great rest of a Friday night out there, and we'll see you on Saturday with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops at the APS Metro Tournament.
Thank you for listening to Hobbs Eagle Basketball on Cool 95.7 and the Cool 95.7 app. Today's game was brought to you by Elite Home Healthcare, Thriftway, Hobbs Express, and the First American Bank of Hobbs. Hobbs Eagle Basketball on Cool 95.7 also brought to you by Forest Tire Company, TDS, the Lee County State Bank, and Lasco Construction. Hobbs Eagle Basketball on Cool 95.7, the Cool 95.7 app, HobbsAmerica.com, and Hobbs Sports YouTube channel is an exclusive presentation of the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Now back to the greatest hits of all time on Cool 95.7.